Good evening. Welcome to a channel Underrated Darkness. Good evening. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get this. Welcome. Let me get this. Let me get that. Sorry. Let me start again. Good evening. Welcome to my channel Underrated Darkness. One of the peeps on the channel. One of the peeps on the plan panel. Mom's the one. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add more people. Gonna be handpicked. But anyway, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Make sure the bell is lit. Okay. And also I'll post the story in the chat and also in the description box. Again, I'll post the story that I'm gonna read in the chat and also in the description box. That's also where the links at. And also my hashtags, check them out. Please share this stream through our social media. Okay. Also, I have a PayPal and also a super chat. If you want to donate, feel free. Be very much appreciated. Or if you don't have it, hit the you hit the like button. All right. Very much appreciated. All right. So we're gonna talked about the three historic black churches burned down in Louisiana. Let's deal with it. Okay. Muhammad's the one. Introduce yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody out there in the chat. Much due respect, brother JT. Assalamu alaikum, my brother, and thanks again for having me on your panel. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be an interesting topic of discussion.
Yes,
so, hopefully we would, slice it up and chop it up to see what we come out with, and hopefully to see what solutions can be done about this here going on. Okay? Because as I last heard of today, they said on CNN that these fires were set intentionally. So we just want to talk about it and see what we get from the people, the vibe of the people, and let's see where their heads are at today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And also, Soul Drop TV. I will gonna have you on the panel too. So just do the few. So just be patient, please. Thanks for sending out your information. You will be on the panel. All right. Like I said, it's gonna be hand picked. All right. So we're gonna wait. Let me see. Let me check this out. We're gonna wait for some more people to get in before we read this out. Um, Mom is the one. You can unmute your mic for now.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question, so we wait for some more people before I start reading this, and then you can throw your own thing on it. And I want to ask you, we're gonna start as well. We gonna have these conversations anyway when I hand pick the panel. Why you're a little older than me, so I know the answer, but in your perspective, why does keep on happening? In your perspective.
Well, I want to be careful with the answer here.
Okay.
I think it keeps happening because, number one, us as black people really do not have political clout. And when I say political clout, I mean, things that like we can bring it to people in the political field that are very influential in law and politics in this country. We seem not to have a strong what's the word I'm looking for? Like, we seem not to have a strong like people representing us. And I think that's where it all falls, because if you mapped out all the cop shootings of unarmed black young men, basically all of them got away with it, except for maybe one or two. But other than that, if you look at those numbers, those are putrid numbers. You understand what I'm saying, JT?
Yeah.
So, me looking through my prism, through my eyes, um, we have to have a solidified, unified base in order for things to change, because we're not we're a fractured people right now. And we don't seem to I don't know, get each other's back whenever there's certain crises, or if we do it, we only do it for a certain amount of time, and then we just let it go like everything else. So, they know with us that we're not gonna be keeping the pressure on. So I think that's another thing too. There's different factors that kind of permeate of where we sit in this country. And don't forget, when you look at that, going back to the Constitution with the slaves, even though they say they disclaim that, but we still, in their eyes, 1/3 of a human being. So, with that said, you don't have to say no more, because, that's why we're always on the outside looking in.
Okay,
What you think
cool.
about that? Mm.
Yeah, I understand that. I hear that. Yeah. And go more on that too, that go to political power. We had not gained any steps ever since the civil rights movement too. It seems like we go backwards, you know.
Facts.
And the ones that I ain't getting off the subject or nothing, but I'm gonna be on subject. And the ones that that was with us, they the ones that gained power than us. And then
Facts.
it seemed like we never recovered at all. Now I
Facts.
know some people say, "Oh, there are some that just some," but I'm talking about as a whole, we have not recovered,
Mm.
and so that's why you have other groups. They get rights and stuff like that, but when it comes to us, our rights, it has to be secondary. So, but that is another lie that we gonna talk about that too. And
Right.
so, but that's part of it too. That and at the same time, we don't have enough people to really put these, these police, have them requirement. You need to report this. You need like, they so say, oh, want to be careful and call these hate crimes. So what do you call it? The historical churches have burned within 10 miles.
Right.
What you gonna call that?
Right.
But
Three. Yeah, three within 10 miles of each other. Right. Correct.
3 and 10 miles, yes.
Mm-mm.
So so
Wow.
mute your mic, brother. I'm gonna stop get on the reading,
Okay, you got it.
and then when I said I'm finished, you can do your coloring. And at the same time, I'm gonna hand pick the panel tonight. So please don't ask me to get on the panel, because no, I'm gonna hand pick tonight. Okay, so this is and then also the story that I gonna read. The story is in the chat, and also is in the description box. Okay, from New York Times. All right, the title is uh "They Didn't Burn Down Our Spirit." Louisiana churches defiant amid fire. As the authorities investigated a series of blazes, they destroyed three black churches. Reside gathered Sunday with a mix of concern and defiance. And they showed a fire burned down Greater Union Baptist Church in Appaloosa. I hope I pronounced it right. Louisiana, on April 2nd. Okay. This was wrote by John Ingo, Ilaga, and Mitch Rabalas. Photographed by William Winman. Of Pitias, Louisiana, much of Monica Harris' identity is tied to the Greater Union Baptist Church. A 129-year-old sanctuary has been in the center of her family for generations. As a child, she was dunked into the baptismal basin and then paraded like a princess up in Essex in a white dress and white patient leather shoes. She was married at the church, and she said goodbye to her parents there too. And she felt like a piece of her was missing. Excuse me. When she set eyes upon the charms remain of the Greater Union, one of the three primary black churches in St. Landry Parish, Louisiana, that law enforcement authorities said was set ablaze and destroyed over the stretch of 10. Let me get this off. Sorry, fam, get this off. Of 10 days. Seeking the church of in the condition is in now, Miss Harris 57 said the 10 brick sanctuary where her parents raised their 12 children, oh, excuse me, 12 children, where they celebrated dozens of weddings, funerals, and Bible studies. It almost like losing a family member. It was still not known Monday whether the fires was intentionally set or whatever where they was motivated by racism. Still, they had drawn the attention of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, and the FBI, which are assisting the Louisiana State Fire Marshal. The authorities said Monday that they were vetting new information every hour, and that an ATF crane had arrived at one of the churches to help process the scene. Representative Clay Higgins, a Republican representing the area, said in an interview of Monday that based information from the investigators and his own observation of the crime scene, the method of each burn is notable the same, suggests that the fires was related. A day early, Mr. Higgins, who left his job as a captain in the local sheriff office after he referred to allegation who were black gang members who were black as animals, posted a video Facebook direct at whoever burned down the church. Your only path of freedom is through jail, he told the camera as he stood before the pile of charm bricks and rubber that is now St. Mary's Baptist Church in nearby Port Barrett. Turn yourself in because you go to jail, one way or another. Over the weekend, as the authorities worked to sort out what happened, black residents gathered for service with a mix of befuddlement, concern, and defiance. They burned down the building the Reverend Harry J. Richards of Greater Union preached at the makeshift gathered Sunday at Alpargatas, as they didn't burn down our spirit. Two of the fires took place of Alpargatas at Greater Union and Mount Pleasant Baptist, and the third was at St. Mary's Baptist in Port Barrett. Officially reported fourth smaller fire that was intentionally set at prominent white church in Cattle Parish, about 3 hours north. In his state, in his state of the state address on Monday, Governor
Bell Edwards called the fires disturbing. Churches are a sacred place, and no one fear for their safety in the house of worship, he said. The blaze have invoked uneasy recollections of racist attacks on black churches across the country. But parishioners and residents said that they will also let the investigators unfold before making any judgment about what the fires might say about their community in which just north of
Lafayette, and we going to discuss about that. Definitely, we definitely got to discuss about that
while I go to form the panel. With a black population nearly 42%, that is larger than many of the surrounding areas. St. Landry Parish is a place where a eccentric, illiterate black Republican politician and lawyer has defended Klansmen in court, and where the non nominal they scratch the word, they scratch the word. Non-nominal Christian congregation has attracted a diverse crowd, has grown so much that its recent broke ground on a new 12,043,000 square foot building. We are very close knit society here in St. Landry's Parish, say Albert Gullery, 75, he's 75, a former Republican state senator from Opelousas who defended the Klansmen. They are good relationships within the black community, and they are very good relations interactively. And so you have to wonder, where does this come from? Who doing it, and for what reason? And also we're going to discuss about that too.
when we form the panel.
Tamiko Chapman, 43, who is black and who was born and raised in Acapulco, said that it never had been a place where black and white residents seemed to clash, but people did not interact much across racial lines when she was growing up, she said. In high school, mostly black students attend the prom that was organized by the school, she said, white while white students held their own prom elsewhere. Still, she said, some divisions can be found today in a town of more than 16,000 residents, three-quarters of whom are black. It has been strong, ecumenical, ecum, you know, church community. Wow. But events tend to draw mostly white people or mostly black people, depending on which congregation hosted. In some communities, members still have problems with interracial relationships. Say Clay Savage, 19, who was white and who said her grandparents were discouraged from her dating outside her race. Well, was uneasy feelings to many, uneasy feelings to among so classmates, where black students started begin busing to their most white middle school campus because of the segregation program that has themed from a court case. Still, Miss Savage said she had a difficult time believing racism would be behind the church burdens because she had not personally witnessed that sort of behavior in her community. Greater Union members too said that they were puzzled. They said they had not experienced open racial hostilities in St. Landry Parish, a prominent agricultural community with a deep pride of a francophone heritage that has borne rich culinary and cultural traditions, like Bolden and Diaco, and where one in four residents live in poverty. I can't comprehend that at all, Miss Harris said. There was really nothing perceived that led up to it. While churches burning might seem like a vestige from the country Jim Crow past, there have been notable instances in recent um, memory. In 1996, three black churches burned the same night in Baton Rouge, and authorities determined that the fires were hate crime committed by a group of young adults shortly after Dylan Roof, as we remember back in the mid 90s. A white supremacist killed nine black churchgoers in 2015, I'm sorry, in 2015. Several black churches were set in the blaze. Southern states throughout was unclear whether the fires were racially motivated. Wow. For decades, African American church have been served as a scepter of survival and a symbol of hope of many in the African American community. Derek Johnson, the NAACP president, said the statement on Monday condemned fires as a consequence. These houses of faith had historically has been targets of violence. Um, many of the 100 or so-called congregates of greater union has are related. The church sites also land with a cemetery where many of their former members are buried, including Miss Harris' parents, Joseph Jr. and Hilda Guillory, who died 2 months apart last year. Wow. Preaching from a white windowless room in a low slums Masonic lounge in Arkansas. Mr. Richards said he wanted to deliver a message or whoever was behind the fires. He had an usher place an empty chair next to his brown lectern, a seat from someone called Mr. Firestarter. We forgive you, Mr. Firestarter. Wow. Mr. Richards said, his voice rise and scream with each sentence. We love you, Mr. Firestarter. We thank you because you didn't burn up our children. Our prayers with you, Mr. Firestarter, is that you meet our Savior. Wow. Let's see. And that's the end. Like I said,
You can unmute your mic. Thanks, John Brooks. How the people press the like button? Thank you. I'm going to send the link to the brother. I hope he's around. And that story that I read it's in the chat, and also it's in the description box of my channel. And you go ahead, brother. Welcome, family to the chat.
Okay, brother. Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
All right. After what you read, was the Republican politician that represents the area saying that it might have been some black people that did it?
Yes.
Okay. And then the part where some lady named Monique, that church was a staple of her, growing up and all of that, correct?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Okay. Uh, and then something else that was on my mind. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'll deal with those two. Well, you figured the Republican is going to say something like that because, you know, uh, let's figure something out here. Down there in that region, even if you got the FBI and this, whatever, and law enforcement, those people turn in their masks and robes for shirts and ties. You understand?
Uh-huh.
So let's see if something gets done about that, which I doubt, because even there's been minimal coverage on this, even on the primetime cable channels. Like they'll show it, but they won't go in depth. You understand what I'm saying? So I have my druthers about certain things, but let's see if it really gets done. Now, as far as the young lady, I'm very sorry to hear that and that she was baptized there, because let's face it, a lot of Christian people, down in the South, they had those Pentecostal churches. That's where the Pentecostal movement really started at, after slavery. So, if you look up that history, that's where it started. But it's funny. Oh, the other thing what I wanted to say, they said some white church got burned down also.
Yeah, it got burned a little bit. Yes.
Okay, 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 okay. Well, I know for our churches, it definitely happens more than alarming rate than the white church, you know. And I think this has got to be, this got to be a call for hands on, because who knows how those people in those regions are feeling, They might feel intimidated, they might feel scared, I mean, listen, something like that, shit, uh, things could be, happening and all that, but we don't know. But sometimes we gotta, step back and get the information, you know, find out where it's gonna lead you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You know, so we have to find out, man. We
Yeah,
had to
definitely.
find out. Yeah, we had to find out, brother. So,
Uh-huh.
man, yeah, because them people might feel trapped down there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what the landscape is down there. So you can only surmise it from up here until you actually really go down there and see it. So, but you know, I hope that this wakes up our people to the point that this has been happening frequently, and we're tired of it. You know what I'm saying? We're tired of it. What we gonna do? You
Yeah.
know what we
Okay.
gonna do?
Yeah. Anybody that's new that want to join the panel, let me know. I already sent the link out to the brother, sis, Sir Drop. Hope he gets it and everything. Um, Tony Smith, do you want to join the panel? Let me know if you want to join the panel. If not, it's okay. Um, we'll wait for some more people to come. And I'm letting people know, stick to the subject. Stick to the subject, please. Very important. Um, Stick to the subject. And also I do have a PayPal account and super chat. So you want to donate? Feel free. Very much appreciated. Um, okay, no doubt, no doubt. So yeah. So let me see. Let me see. If we can put up. I'm trying. Maybe I'll read something else too. You know.
Yeah, but that's a big enough topic of what it is.
Yeah. Now I want to check out something.
Mm.
Do want to check out something. Go check out something. Yeah, but we can actually know that this been happening throughout for a long time. You know,
Right, right,
and so what
right.
what the Republicans do, they try to deflect,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's dangerous if we don't catch them in the act and everything. So
right.
we gotta understand the language what they saying because they
Uh,
talk in the same language as Orange Crush 45.
mm.
Now you see the Orange Crush 45 ain't how they say nothing about this.
Not at all. He ain't gonna say nothing about
They ain't not gonna say nothing about it. So
it.
only
But
thing
had
that
it been had it been a white church, oh, he definitely would have been. Yeah,
Yeah. Craig J, what's good?
Peace to you, fam. Thanks for coming. And so we have to understand. So got to understand the language they talk. They've always been the same,
Right,
or it's just different time.
right.
But like I said, we can't fall into it. So I'm looking for new voices. If anybody wants to join the panel, feel free. Drop your email in the chat. I will get you on. You hear what I'm saying? And so we gotta pay attention. We gotta listen how they conversate because when they conversate, they giving us the truth, like Loso said. They telling us the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we
Mm-hmm.
want to see. I don't know. I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna say anyway. We want to see how Congress is really gonna talk about. We doubt it.
You're right.
We doubt it, and we gonna dig in. We gonna dig in more about that too. So,
Mm-hmm. You had to
but
do your own investigating. Yeah.
yeah, we gotta do an investigate. Yeah, right, right. We have to do that.
Yeah.
But we gonna wait for some while we talking. We wait for some more people to come in. This is a very important um subject. I mean, a discussion,
Mm-hmm.
and it needs
Yes,
to
it is.
be, huh?
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
And it had to be discussed, and it had to be more people to show up. It had to be more people to show up,
Mm-hmm.
and so we look for the more people to come to really join in of this conversation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead, brother. Keep on going. You keep on going.
No, no. I mean, no, you're right. You're right. This is something that our people, I don't know, either they want to talk about it or they're shy talking about it or or they just don't want to be bothered talking about it. But what happens when it hits your doorstep? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna react? This is all we're doing is preparing you for when that day does come. Because it's gonna come. You see, it's gonna come. And our people gotta stop the nonsense of talking about BS stuff that don't matter in life. It doesn't matter. So what she got a better hairstyle than you? So what he drives a better car than you? So what? So what?
Yeah. All
You
right. So,
understand?
yeah. Shout out to Loso. Happy birthday to you, bro.
Oh, today's his birthday? Oh man, happy born day, brother.
Happy born day. Yeah. Happy born day.
Yeah, and many more to you, my brother. Many more to you. God bless
Yeah.
you. You understand? But we gotta stop that, man.
Yeah.
You know, and styling and profiling and come on, it ain't about that, man. While we doing that, they already light years ahead of us making plans to do something else. See? We're busy going back and just trying to discover bones in Africa while these motherfuckers is going ahead. I mean, let that sink in for a minute, man. I understand we got to get to know ourselves because we're trying to find out where we came from. I get all that. But you can do that to a minimum, but understand where you're going. Because these people here, they plotting against us all the time.
Yeah.
And we got to be ready for it. Not that I say we have to go with them, but
Yeah.
they no, we do our own thing, but we got to make sure we're straight.
Yeah.
You understand? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to make sure we're straight. Because if we're not, we so
Yeah. So
that's how, that's how it go.
yeah. But Puerto Kells, if you want to join, feel free if you want. But what we talking about the churches burning in Louisiana that was 10 miles apart, just about close together, and how the hypocrisy of the media trying to spin it on it, either some politicians. Um,
Mm.
we gotta talk about it because that happened to our people. I think the one thing that I'm disappointed in my brother is how some of the churchgoers that they forgive him. And I'm sorry that I understand, ways of Christianity. I get it, you know what I mean? But for me, I can't forgive that. You know what I mean?
Mm. Exactly.
I can't
Exactly.
because we can't forgive it. They think
Exactly.
you think oh yeah it's happened in the South. Oh, it happened other place too. Back look at the early '90s. They burning black churches all around the country.
Right.
Yeah, right.
What about up here in New York?
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about it. They don't talk about enough. How New York got we deal with different types of racism and discrimination is
Mm-hmm.
pitiful. But nobody don't talk about that. Oh, it's a nice city, is it? All right,
No.
you think so if you want. Got an ugly New York got an ugly history about us as people. You know, very ugly. It's very ugly, family.
Exactly.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
they even burn buildings. All burn parks and all that.
Suppose they were suppose there were parishioners in there. How would they feel then?
Huh?
Suppose there were people parishioners in there. How would they
Mm,
feel then?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, my peoples, my peopleizations, like Blue said. Get your mind right, man. Get your mind right, man. Cause it's out here, and just be aware. Open your eyes, man.
yeah. And
Be
also, yeah, and also, what did they do? They trying to break down, your spiritual. I know. Some people say they can't break the spirituality. Okay, that's well and good. But what are certain precautions that y'all taking the next time to prevent this?
mm, mm,
You know?
exactly, exactly, and they'll keep doing it every time
Yeah. Hmm.
because they're not gonna face no retribution for that. That first they gotta find them first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't keep accepting that. And that's why you got some of us as a people. We don't like to go to church. I'm telling you, because stuff like this.
Uh, uh,
Also,
no, you're right.
they and they say, well, but it's not right. You're supposed to find God. Well, supposed to defend yourself too.
Right.
Like the deacon of defense have. They have defense. So and they don't
Exactly.
and they don't talk about them like in part of civil rights history that they should.
Right.
They should.
Mm-hmm.
Burning out. I said they burn our churches up. I remember they burn their churches. They burn our churches. And they hang us from our churches and burn us up and everything, killing
Right.
our babies and stuff. And then they quote, and then they got the nerve to quote the Bible scriptures that they shouldn't. So,
Right. Yeah, man. We just gotta. I don't know, brother. Just we're in a hell of a place right now, man. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Yeah, we're in a hell of a spot right now, bro.
Spot and yeah. So let's talk about the conditions of the black church right now. We gonna get back to like the burning part. Let's talk about the conditions of the black churches today, and what you're feeling about that.
The conditions of the black church. Well, I mean, they serve somewhat their purpose, but it keeps people entrenched in like their modem, and but yet, uh, they, the singing and all that. Only thing is that I see that's not really uh fake or not fake, but misunderstood to me is but all these problems are happening. Let God take care of it. Wait a minute, man. Hold up. You gonna leave it to him? You know, he gave you 2 feet, 2 hands, a brain to deal with it yourself.
Uh-huh.
You see, and that's the only thing I can come up with, because you're always relying on somebody else to do or to fix the problem, but you yourself can do the same thing, And for those of y'all, like, I'm sorry, you women, you believe in a mystery god or a sky or whatever, but yet your brother that you see every day, you just dating him, disown him, So that's the way I feel about it. There's a few key components in the condition of the black church. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. That's what I see. So far, I haven't gone yet all the way in depth yet, but off the top, you know what I mean, brother? Hello?
I meet myself by mistake. Yeah, absolutely. I agree totally.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and come on now. That's to me. Oh man. Yeah. And these people you see every day, you don't respect them like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's. Hope I was able to offer some insight there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we have to our people, just
Like on a topic like this chat room should be blazing with people.
it ain't.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People dying to get on the panel, to voice their opinion. You know, but I don't know what it looks like because I can't see it. But
Yeah.
But listen, man, it's people don't want to. They don't want to move, bro. You know.
Yeah, well, welcome, KB. How you doing? 211. How you doing? Thanks for coming. Welcome. No?
So what's your conditions that you see in the black church, brother?
What's my condition? What?
What's your answer on the conditions of the black church?
As a whole?
Yeah, well, as much as you can elaborate on.
On my assess of it, that we said that we love each other, but we don't. We said we said we with the black man, black man. We don't. It's all about status, man. Who you know. We don't work as a whole, man. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why things like this be happening. We don't work as a whole.
Right.
You gotta have money. You have to have money. or you have to have this. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with having things because you work hard, you should get those things. But we would never let them things get in the way, man. Them other fellow, our fellow black man, black woman.
Mm.
You gotta have all fronts covered. We want to have certain fronts covered that already have. And the
Right.
rest of us, we have to scratch and crawl.
Right.
To
Right.
defeat white supremacy, I put this oppressed system. Some of our lives has to be spared.
Yeah.
People in the fight,
Right.
and so, and then we cannot be afraid to tell the truth and be on side by side. Spirit of truth, what's good? So
Yeah.
that's what I.
Can't be a can't be a fence rider. Right.
Mhm. So
Uh,
we got to keep on
yeah.
fighting, man. We got to keep on. We cannot say it's all about us. We cannot say it's all about us. If you don't, like I say, you don't respect the next person's value.
Right.
Can't say that.
Right. Right.
And it's not about, oh yeah, I'll go to different countries and do this, or I'll go to another state, do this. No, it's not about that. We should be united.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just as us, just as our scholars want us to be. They want us to be,
Mm.
together. But
Mm.
we're not. We don't learn from them.
Nope. Nope. Not at all, brother.
We don't. We don't. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
So you
just for
said
me.
we.
It's for me until we stand up against this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Appreciate
Mm-hmm.
your truth. Instead, instead it's just gonna keep on going. We don't stick. We'll stick up for ourselves, no matter what status we're in. It's going to continue. They say, "Are you surprised?" No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's they gonna keep on
Yeah.
doing what they gotta do because the jurisdiction is not coming after them because that's how
Right.
Orange Course 45 had it.
Right.
So that means like if we want to be political, we gotta have clout. We gotta like
Right.
that candidate they cannot move in that. No, no, no. We gotta
Yeah.
take care of this. And that's
Right.
how it is, bro. Gotta do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got to do a lot of screening of people who get down with you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then at the same time, man, we cannot be afraid to do things underground. We gotta pick.
Right. 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 So that's where it's gonna have to come from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's gotta come
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Underground, bro. Yep. Yeah. Hey. Hey. You said that correctly, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gotta come from us and everything.
Definitely.
Gotta come from us, but we can't we
Right.
gotta stop being lingering.
Yeah. Yeah. Those on the ground will have to go underground. Hashtag kid. Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. 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 Gotta be the strategy, my brother.
Huh?
That's gotta be the strategy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But at
Yep.
the same time, we gotta protect our families better too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
We they give the congregation. It should be some patrol. We're gonna make sure she getting the grandma, grandpa, and grandpa
get in the house safe. Also, so the family too. Then if the pastor closed church now, it's gonna be a 3 or 4 man on each side. Feel all that.
Right. 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 Mm-hmm.
When you go let your key up clear, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take precautions. That
Exactly.
gotta be that women. When you go to the store, should be a brother with you at all times.
Yep. Yep. Especially the women. Yep. Gotta protect. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stop thinking, oh yeah, I can do it for myself. Stop it. That's society wants you to.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Can we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better the information. We gotta do better to
Mm-hmm.
set our priorities in the right way. We gotta do better, man.
Yeah. Oh, who you telling? Who you telling, brother? We got a lot to come back from. You know what I mean? Uh, I mean, this assignment is going to be monumental. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, thank you.
Uh, you understand?
Yeah.
Uh,
So let's talk about property.
okay.
Let's talk about property. What they destroyed. What's your feelings about that?
Oh, well, um, well, the church was burned. Now, with the property, I guess whoever owns that, the people of the church that own the property, hopefully they had insurance.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hopefully they had insurance
Mm-hmm.
that covered fire, theft, whatever, human disaster. Um, so they should get depending on what was charred up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the whole property wasn't charred up, but you know probably some of it was depending.
Right.
But they should have insurance on it,
Yeah.
so they can write out a claim.
Right.
Mm,
Yeah.
they can they can write out a claim, and then you know um and then they'll set that in motion, and um hopefully they can they'll get all of that back, and then some, hopefully, you know um because they have to with down there. I don't know how the insurance thing works, but I'm pretty sure that the church has insurance laid out, you know
Yeah.
yeah. Even for the you know excuse me.
Uh-huh.
even for, even for the church building itself,
Mm-hmm.
so they can repair it. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can repair it, and they got all of that. Let's see. Let's hope, pray that they got all of that intact. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But as of today, they know that fires were set intentionally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what I got on CNN earlier, about an hour and a half ago. So so property wise, they should be okay. They should be okay. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. That's cool.
yeah.
Now, next one. What do you think about the mindset?
Of the parishioners?
All
Huh?
of them.
Uh, of the people that attend the church, or
Yes.
people that?
Yeah.
Okay,
More churches.
okay, the parishioners. Oh no, I guess I'm pretty sure in their mindset that most of them heard of stories like this, and now it hit close to home. So maybe they're in shock, but yet, maybe they might not be in total shock, but at the same time, coming from that region down there, they know things like that are capable of happening. So I'm pretty sure, like even the pastor said, the day after they went to church that Sunday, they had a makeshift church outside the church, and they
Right.
continue with the services. So to me, that showed their resiliency, because we are resilient people to a degree. You understand? So that showed their resiliency to me, and they had their service like nothing happened. But I'm pretty sure down there, and them, I'm pretty sure them Southerners, they know what the deal is. They know what's going on. They can sit down and tell us everything. I'm pretty sure if we were to interview or talk to them. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So I no telling how their mindset is, but I'm pretty sure they were shook up. Probably they were shook up, but to them, they still got to keep going. They'll tell you, oh, it's in God's will for us to keep going. So that's what they believe. Hey, all praises due. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna knock nobody's thing in their belief at this time. Not in a time of crisis like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and yeah, not at all. I just show a genuine respect for whatever you believe. That's you. So I don't get into all of that stuff. But you know, hopefully for them, they're probably moving on. They're probably moving on. And I think that's the answer. I think I may be wrong, but let's see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for me it's that I'm not gonna knock her, but I think that what I'm disappointed it should be more urgency for me.
Right,
That's what I'm disappointed in our family. The ones that been to go to church for years. That's what I have a problem with. Throughout the years.
right.
It should be some urgency. Have certain
Yeah,
precautions. And
yeah,
that's the you know,
yeah, yeah. It should, yeah, yeah. Should be some urgency. Mm. Should be some urgency on their part. You know what I mean?
right.
Because I remember, more or less the same topic, but not like what this happened a couple of months ago. These white supremacist groups, they surrounded one of the Nation of Islam mosques in Texas.
Uh-huh.
But but the people in the community came out. Not only just the Nation of Islam and the FOI, which were like so much deep, 300 deep. Um, the community came out even,
Yeah.
and they joined forces. Them white supremacists took off.
Yeah.
So we see it in spots. We see it in spots, but can we sustain it? That's my question. Can we sustain that pressure? Because I was happy to see that when I saw the picture. You had people from different groups aligned with the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
They, yeah. They didn't go there. I'm telling you, these cats, they hauled ass. They got the hell on out of there. See, because in you listen, I I've been in a few racial riots of my own, and one thing about them, they'll try to gang up on you and this and that, blah 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 blah. But when you catch them by themselves or one or two guys, they scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
they are scared.
that's the thing. I ain't even cut you off. That's the thing about it. We got to be how to get the numbers up again, and we got to really patrol our community
Right.
because they gonna slip. They gonna think, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing when you showed up. Hey,
Right.
well, no, don't say nothing. No. We gotta do that. We gotta put, yeah.
Right. Right.
And it cannot be just one brother we walk around. No, it's gotta be three of us, three or four of us
Exactly.
in a group.
No, exactly. No, because let me tell you, now you know you coming from Brooklyn, you knew how it was, okay?
Definitely.
Going in the Bay, going in the Bay Ridge, Sheepshead Bay, those
Oh
areas
yeah.
out there,
Oh yeah.
Brighton Beach. Oh, I know you know. Okay,
Yeah.
so check. So,
Those, you don't go to those places at all. Not even daytime. Hell
that's
no.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Let me tell you something, man. One of my coaches in Staten Island, he sent me and four other brothers, to this school in Brooklyn. It was in Bay Ridge, Adelphi High School. So we're gonna play ball, go to school there, and everything, right? My brother, I only lasted 2 days there because when us four were going, from Staten Island to school, we had to catch the bus, to 95th Street that goes over the Verrazano Bridge. And to make a long story short, these cats called us the N word, the Moody word. Yo, we had to rumble, Jack, because we couldn't run, so we had to rumble. We rumbled about with
Yeah.
20 of them, man. Rumble.
Yeah.
And
What's the
then
name of that
finally,
bus?
Bay Ridge.
No, what's the number of the bus? I forgot.
Oh, no, it used to be the number 7 bus. I don't know what they call it now,
Oh,
but it
okay.
goes over the Verrazano Bridge.
Let's stop at
Been out
95th Street. Start at 95th
there.
Street.
Yes, right, right. So, we went through
The
that action.
that's the last stop on the R train.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So, yeah, man, we went through that. So I only lasted 2 days out there, and I had to transfer back to high school back home. But I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. So I can imagine the people in Louisiana. I don't. I'd like to know what their mind like. How do they handle it? You know what I'm saying? You know, getting back on topic again. I like to know how.
Yeah.
What goes through their mind at a specific period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know too. I want to know how you deal with
Yeah.
it. Because see, what I think about how they act like that means they probably here for somebody go through it, so it's not their first time, you know.
Right.
And so why why they reacting this way? Why there's no anger? Or why so it makes you think. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Raw Honest T, how you doing? How you feel, sis? If you want to get on the panel, let me know. It's up to you. And we talking about the church on the three churches that got burnt out in Louisiana. That's the topic. And we talking about different things, what happens and stuff. So if you want to get on, okay, it's up to you. Let me know. Not, it's okay. But oh, too deep I cry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, me, Muhammad, when we was getting up this discussion, it was hard for us. You know what I mean, brother?
She said she was too, it's too deep for her. She
Yeah,
would
she said
cry.
she want to cry, man. Yeah, I heard, yeah, man. It's not easy to do a story like this. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's not easy.
Wow. 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 That's deep. That's deep, yo. That's
Yeah, it
deep.
does hurt, man, because you know ain't that many people want to do stories. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what your low is. I understand. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
But
See,
you
when
know,
I see that, brother, you know, like I hear what raw honesty's coming from. But for me, when I see that shit, forget the crime, brother. The jets turn on. I become a changed human being.
yeah.
Yo, you should see me, bro. You
Mm,
should see me in action. I
yeah,
don't play with that, man. I don't play with that, bro.
yeah.
And see, I get to a point where you're gonna be like, all right, Muhammad, that's enough, man. Get up off. Nope. I'm gonna give him more than what he deserves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, yeah.
yeah, Roy Honesty, she just typed, yeah, I can hear this. Love you. See you later. Okay, no problem. I understand.
What she say?
She said, yeah, I can hear this. Love you. See you later. It
Uh,
is upsetting. It really is. Because there is a repeating cycle. And trust and believe y'all, it was hard for me and Muhammad's the one to do this story. You know?
mm,
It's not easy. This is not easy to do, but we have to do it, you know. I take pride in that too, you know. Do a story
right.
that nobody, you know, not trying to gain, but you know, trying to lift our people, you know. Yo, but it's gotta start from somewhere, you know what I mean?
Mm, mm.
Tell you man, so let me see.
But see, I understand how she feels, but there's got to be a part of you that's willing to stand up for it too, man. We can't keep not we can't keep putting it away like this, man.
Yeah. I think I think
We
I think
can't
I think I think what it is that the ones that's in the chat right now, they in their own way they are standing up.
say that again.
I said in the chat right now, the ones that stay in their own way they are standing up.
Right.
But I understand that they have to go through the grief too, because everybody go through things different. But in their own way, they came and they are standing up. And you know, so
Mm.
but I get what you're saying. You're right, absolutely. You're right. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I am.
After a while, we're gonna have to deal with it. And what's gonna happen? What are you gonna keep saying? I don't want to talk about it. What if it happens to you on the street? How you gonna deal with it? How you gonna raise up on this, man? Because believe it, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. Let me make this clear. But any number could play out here, and we gotta be ready for that. We gotta be prepared for that, man. So in case you do have to, hook off on somebody, hey, one, two piece, three piece of the biscuit, he knocked out, you keep walking. Right?
Mhm.
Listen, I don't advocate violence, man. I advocate defending, defense. I just ain't gonna go out there and just punch out and murder people like that. But if they come to me with that, best believe if I'm with a female company or like I'm in company of a female, I'm gonna tell her 9 times out of 10, hey baby, walk the other way. I'll meet you later on. Go back home. Here's a cab. She said, what do you mean? I said, just go back home. See? And if it's approaching me, I say just get out of here.
Yeah, and then also to go more on your point though too. Also, if you want to get on for a few, you can. But this is where I'm at right here. This is part of protecting the black woman too, and the family. When we have precautions this way, you know.
Low show,
So we got
man.
so we got to we got to protect ourselves. We got to protect our women too. So
Exactly. Exactly.
you know,
Exactly. You know, but it's out there, man.
you know.
Especially with Crush 45 sitting in there. These people, come on, man.
So
You know, yeah. And they just think, they can just do anything they want, bro. Not here. You know?
that's what I always say is, that I said we gotta know more about this politicals going on, man. You gotta know what bills they pass, man. You gotta know how they
Right.
move, man. You gotta know
Right.
stuff like this, man.
Exactly.
See, people say, "How do you know about this, JT?" Because I study these motherfuckers, man. Like, yo, I know
Right.
what you're doing, and then when it was my duty to pass it on to us as people. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up,
There you
Russell?
go.
Welcome. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
birthday, Loso.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy.
I was trying to say what's up to Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? But just hearing y'all brothers, man, man, tears came to my eyes, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man.
Mm,
This is deep.
wow.
Let me just say so. Today's not my birthday, it's on the 14th. But since I'm with my family and my kids, you know what I'm saying? We just going all over the United States, you know what I'm saying? This is something they want to do for me, and I so much appreciate it. But let me get back into the subject. I'll tell y'all something. There's so many people out there that just want to be able every Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Just wake up and give their respect to God. You feel me? These are
Yes, sir.
people that devote themselves, you know what I'm saying, to just love God and do the right things. Now, for the ones that go over there and play or whatever, they have their day. Their judgment day will come. But it's sad that you got to burn down churches to try to make a point or try to send a message. What message are you trying to send? We've been living this for so long.
What Lo. So what Bird? I'm gonna tell you. What me and Mom the one when we do this, this is not an easy story to do, man. But it has to be done, man. It's just that again, I'm saying like raw honesty. Thanks for coming, and you standing up, sis. So don't worry about no. Okay, K. Let me see. Let me get this. Let me get this. KB211. Thanks for coming, Porter Kells. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Let me see. I send you the link, brother. Sir Drop. I send you the link. You still welcome when you get it. Just come on through. And so we got some people standing up, but a lot, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. So this should be like a discussion. This should be like
Just hurts me to see good people go through this. It hurts me to see that even in God's house,
if
you got
all
devils and demons that just want to take the goodness out of people. I mean, man, I'm in shock right now. Y'all see me here. I'm happy and everything, but at the same time, it's something to think about, something that we all should talk about. So once again, JT, man, just thank you for bringing this information out there. I know a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. A lot of people just try to hide and try to be in the grid. But just like Muhammad said, what time is right? When is going to be right? What about wait till late and it hits your territory? What are you prepared to do? I mean, these are things that we all got to answer ourselves as fathers, as uncles, as grandfathers. I mean, as people that love others and support others that, you know what I'm saying, have that type of establishment, love to go to church, love to preach, love to go to the house of God. JT, you said, son, you made a great point. That's why people don't even want to go to church.
They don't.
Man, you know what, man? Y'all brothers have left me today in shock with this, man. But at the same time, JT, I applaud you. Muhammad, I applaud you. And just to hear Sister Raw, you know what I'm saying, talking about that she can't even be here to listen to that because she'll cry. That's even deeper.
Sure is.
And that's the deeper problem of us as a people, as a state of mindset that we are. Now here's she just did a live, and she came over here to show us her support. So, and she still can't stay. So it actually goes to show there is a deeper problem that happened in our people that we still don't want to talk about. Now I can't fall for that because she was here, and it hurts because this keep on happening. This thing haven't happened like for some centuries. This is not a decade problem. This is a centuries problem. But what the sad thing about it, and I want you brothers to get into it and everything, now it's legislation now. It's harboring this. They think it's okay.
The more I just sit here and the more I just listen to both of you brothers,
Wow.
it's like, you know what? It's like, Muhammad, I heard you loud and clear when you were first talking, and I'm gonna repeat this again. When is the right time? Like you said, when is ever gonna be the right time for us to really stand up and talk about situations like this? When?
I can
And
tell you.
Muhammad, well, before you say something, Muhammad, you said you made another point. You said you understand that people feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? They feel probably lost, confused, don't want to talk about it. They want to get distance from it because they feel it's not their problem. I'm going to tell you something. It's everybody's problem.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. Facts.
you know what it is? I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna piss some of our people, but I don't give a. When it hits them, that's what they want us to understand. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
The facts.
They gonna tell me, Muhammad, JT, even though so you was on it. You know what happened to me. But where you at? Where you at tonight?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
Of course.
And the ones that already left, we ain't talking about y'all. Got 4 people in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some can't take it. I understand, it hurts and everything, but at least they came. So I can't talk for them. I can't talk about them. But the other ones, come on, man. Like, yo, you know what I mean? That's like sometimes they're frustrated at times to even have subject like this. I really do. It really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It is frustrating. I guarantee I talk about somebody else. Probably about 30, 40, maybe more than that.
Right. Or you talk about your own brother or sister in a negative light.
Right.
Your super chat would be flying off the hook.
Oh, I talk about Loso. Yo, Loso. You little beanhead. Yeah, Loso did his. He right there. Look at that. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. For the last couple, 2 or 3 days, you know what I'm saying? I've been with my family. It's been an honor. But conversations like this, JT, I can't ignore. I can't. I got a heart. I got a soul. But most importantly, let me listen to what the brothers are talking about as well. They have a meaning and a powerful message to send. You see,
Right.
when we talk about, and I'm sorry I'm saying this, and I'm gonna keep it 100. When we talking about negative bullshit, everybody want to jump on a bandwagon. But
Right.
when it comes to situations like this, everybody want to stay silent. Why?
I don't get it.
Come on, man.
I don't get it, man.
And you know what? And the one thing though too, and I'm gonna say this: you could be mad at a person or whatever it is, but think as a bigger picture. Think as a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture that sometimes we just let things linger. Because I had to work on that like a long time ago. You know, you don't probably don't like the person how they talk, but this is a bigger picture. Yeah, each of us had families that had died in slavery.
That's right.
Even probably funding the damn church.
Yep.
While the white pastors and even white pastors reading scriptures, interpret their own thinking. While your family is perished.
Fact.
And I'm gonna say this mostly to so-called, and I'm gonna be like JT. I don't care who get hot. I just don't care right now. It's a lot of people that call themselves kings and want to make a difference, want to make a change, want to do this, want to do that. But as soon as that fire starts burning, what happens, Muhammad?
Shit.
Everybody want to run.
And you know what?
Like a runaway slave.
But you know we cannot leave the queens out too because you might have don't have to be in the front, but at least you could be a messenger.
Exactly.
Because you know their mothers.
Exactly.
But
And you know what? And let me just say this. You know what? Like Raw, at least she was like, I can't do this. It's too deep. And knowing Sister Raw, she'll probably come back to mom and be like, JT, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't do it right there.
Because she's a girl. You understand? She is a concerned mother.
Exactly.
Married.
Right.
She got to think about her kids and her husband.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's another diamond that we don't understand that she can't do. That's understandable. How I'm gonna do whatever I can to protect my family.
Exactly.
I have to go out. Mm-hmm. I got kids and stuff. So that is another dynamic that some of these mothers understand. I mean, I ain't gonna say I don't understand. Let me tell you that. I can imagine.
Right. Right. Right.
I go to church. I don't know if she go to church. So I go to church. Who knows? They probably really. Man, I'm just saying like this though. You know, for me, and I know they say, well, you ain't married, or you don't have one. But I am a concerned person for our community. And it happens to everybody. If we do affect, all of us are affected in a way.
Right.
So you think it's easy to put the title in there to set it up?
Not at all, my brother, and not at all. And that's why I back her up 100%. Because I feel just like her. I got kids. I got family that love me and everything. So you absolutely right. I can't even take that factor away from you because you're absolutely right.
And I'm a godfather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a godfather. Mm-hmm. Then me and Muhammad's going through this and everything. You think that's easy? That's ain't easy. But like I always do, like what we always do, we always gonna try to bring the information. But that's why I take on stuff like this. It's okay, but sometimes it's strange to me. to actually set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait. It is damn 9 o'clock. The stories I just read. You think it was easy to read stories like that? Because that's not the first story we read. Look at the pictures of the churches burning down. Hear the anguish of our people.
Mm-hmm.
Messing up their sanctuary, messing up what their parents burnt that.
Yep.
Because most
That's
of the churches in the South, you know, when any loved ones that pass away, they bury them right behind the church. So that means whoever burned it, they don't care about the sick, they don't care about the dead.
right.
Basically, this was planned and premeditated to do.
Yeah, they said it was intentional. They
Yeah, it
came
was
out with it
intentional.
early.
It had to be intentional. Because who's just gonna wake up and say, you know what? It's happened in our history. So I'm not gonna say that ain't nobody ever woke up and did that to our churches because it's happened through our history. But who just decides to be evil as hell, a monster, and say, you know what? We're gonna burn these good people churches down to let them know that we don't care about the religion. We don't care about what they believe in. We don't care about their substance. We don't care about their life. We don't care about their kids. We don't care about their family. We don't care about what they eat. We don't care what Lord they serve. As long as they fear us, is one thing that they provide in this bitch. Fear.
Fact.
They don't care about nothing but themselves. Nothing. And you know what? I hope whoever did that, and I'm not sorry I'm saying this, I hope they burn in fucking hell.
But
That's real talk.
I can say this though. How old are you, Alonso?
I'll be 42.
You be 42, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll be 53. And how old are you, Junior Elder?
The 6 to the O, baby.
The 6 to the O. You got 40, you got 42. You got 53. Then you got 60. We witnessed getting slaughtered to death in churches. Got away and murder. He got up, he went to Burger King, got him a Whopper. Law enforcement make that happen.
Right.
We had burning churches back in the 90s, all around this country. Not just the South, all around the country.
For sure. They were burning up north up here. Yeah.
Right, exactly. In 61, in Birmingham, Alabama, Ebenezer Church, 4 girls got bombed out.
And you know what? They was best friend. They were best friends of what's that? Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah.
Facts.
61. 4 girls got bombed for nothing. And countless burning churches even before that. And the sad thing about it, it wasn't all that long ago. The bomb at Birmingham in 61. The burning churches in the 50s. Those not a long time ago. Now we're in April 9th, 2019.
Yep.
And we still talking.
You see how you said that, JT? Please repeat that one more time. Please do, my brother.
The last part?
Yes, my brother. Please repeat that last part, because you hit the money with that one.
On now, April 9th, 2019, we still talking about this again.
And go more. It was 4 people in the chat. Now it's 3.
Wow.
Now the other ones was in the chat before. Y'all counted 2. So we're gonna throw a few more of those on there. We know who you are. You counted. But I'm talking about right now it's 3.
Wow. Are
And
you serious?
we've been at this over an hour.
Wow.
Over an hour. 3.
Wow.
And you know what the 3 is? You know what the 3 is? Up here.
Who's 3?
3.
Both of you brothers have touched my heart today in a way that I simply just look at certain things and the perspectives that both you amazing brothers are putting. And I'm gonna say one thing: y'all both inspire me to be here on this panel because JT said earlier he was gonna handpick his panel. So I was like, I'm with the fam, so let me just go ahead and listen. But as y'all kept talking, I'm glad you told me to come up in the panel because I'm gonna tell you something. More people need to stand up. More people need to talk about this, and more people need to realize this is not over yet. This ain't gonna stop these demons from doing what they doing. They might come at us in a very different way, very different perspective, just like they've been doing for so long. So my thing is this. When in the hell, just like JT said, when in the hell we gonna realize that just talking ain't gonna get the job done? Man, JT, man, and Muhammad, man, y'all on today. Thank y'all very much, man. Thank y'all for real. I ain't even bullshitting. This really needs to be fucking talked about. I ain't even playing.
3 goddamn people in the chat. So I know it had to be like the KB. We like again. I gonna say the word honesty and the rest of y'all. We not even talking about it. And the brother that's in the chat, I hope everything all right with you. So I'm not gonna talk about the brother because he did put himself out there in the chat. So I'm not gonna say that. But I'm saying over an hour, going on an hour and a half, only 3 people. And and then people want to know why, like, oh, these issues, I don't like doing it, but I think it's the bigger picture. But I say this, it's frustrating. And it's damn frustrating that Muhammad the one had to go through it, and Loso has to see that.
And we ain't do this for nothing. We're doing this to serve our people, man. And look at this.
And people gonna say, well, you just talking. Well, where the hell you at?
You gave people ample time to get up on the panel to talk about it. You gave people. I heard you.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna say this story because it collaborates with what we're talking about. My great-great-grandmother, God bless her soul.
Yes, sir.
She used to tell me about these stories. But when you in the streets and you doing what you're doing, you really don't want to pay attention to that. But as you get older and you see the same beautiful woman tell you, there's going to be times like this. There's going to be hard times like this. Don't you think that these bastards are finished with us just because I'm going to leave? Your generation stays. Don't you think they're going to try to do the same thing to your generation? You know how many churches I seen burn? My great-great-grandson? Man, all I could do was just look at her and cry, bro. I could not say nothing. So you see, this history has already been talked about. But it's like my great-great-grandmother used to say, what the fuck are we going to do about it?
Right.
And that was a grown woman, strong woman telling me this. So you can imagine how I feel listening to a beautiful, beautiful queen, like my great great grandmother telling me that, and I had no words. I had nothing to say. In a way, I felt weak because she's telling me the history. But when you living in the streets, you don't pay attention. And now that I see both of my brothers talking about it, it's like hearing my great great grandmother talking to me again. Wow, wow.
I'm just saying like this, so that I'm not even going to complain about it, but it just that for me, it's like I. Mm,
Well, JT,
mm,
what did you and I discuss before this went on the air?
mm.
What did we say? We will find out where our people are at tonight, right?
Sure did.
Okay, now we found out. Huh?
Can I ask you both brothers one deep question? Because
Sure.
I,
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
ask Muhammad the first. Ask Muhammad first, please.
okay, Muhammad, have you ever seen any churches or any place that helps kids or helps brothers and sisters get burned to the crisp?
No, not in my lifetime. The only thing closest to that was in Manhattan in Spanish Harlem. This was during the '60s, and this church was a Spanish church. No, yeah, big church. They weren't doing right by the community, so the young lords took over the whole church. They came with a gang of 30 or 40 dudes, went into the church coffees, spent money on food for the community, lined people up, gave them boxes of food, gave them services, and held the church hostage for about a day, brother. Matter of fact, one of the Jose Feliciano, the singer, he was part of that. The Young Lords. Look that up. Puerto Rican brothers. And they took over the whole church and was giving everything out to the community. All the food within the surrounding community in Spanish Harlem. That's the closest I ever seen to anything happening to a church. Any church burnings, I've never seen that. I've never seen that, bro. No. Mm-mm.
JT, I asked you the same question.
I never witnessed a church burning, but I could tell you this that I knew some churches had helped our people, but they were revolutionaries. I can't even talk about it, man, cause yo. But to answer your question though, I ain't seen no church, but I could say one thing: I had witnessed a church burning. When one of the years I went down south, my father, I think that was the last year he went down south. Well, as a family, then a few years later he passed away.
I'll be real with you. I ain't never seen a church burn down, but I seen a lot of drive-bys in churches. A lot of drive-bys. I seen a couple of great people die right before my eyes. And the reason why I know is because I almost got killed coming out of church one time, picking up my great great grandmother. And there's a part in Miami that's called Liberty City. That is the worstest part of Miami. I'm talking about if you want to talk about crime, that's one of the worstest places in the United States to be. But my point is that even with what they doing today and been doing for a long time, just like they doing to these churches now, burning them down, we've always had this history, and in our hood, most of our most of our family members, like mom, dads, uncles, they used to be afraid to go to church. So when JT said that, when you said that, JT, you opened my eyes because people where I was growing up, they used to be afraid to even walk the streets. So it's like, it's amazing to me, bro. Wow, bro.
Crazy, man.
Man, wow.
You know,
Like, just lost, man. Just lost for words and just lost for comprehension. Just how evil people can be to do that with just people that just want to go to church and pray to God. I don't get it, JT. I don't. I really don't, man. Just people that just want to go to church.
I'm just saying, man. Like I just went back to the chat, man. Oh, oh, he dropped off. Let me get him back on. It's only three people.
I can imagine. I can imagine how everybody in Louisiana feels. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine.
Sorry about that. My phone had rang.
No, you good, sir. But I can just imagine how them people in Louisiana feel, man. Man, my heart goes out to them. And if
Mm-hmm.
anybody was lost through that tragedy, which I will be seeing the video because I just made sure I linked the video to my page, so I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna tell you, I know I'm gonna break down. I already know I am.
I'm saying like this though. That's gonna stay with them for the rest of their life, man.
Exactly.
And understand. Like I said, it's not the first one that happened to them. So this is a academic.
Yes. A monumental proportion. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
That's the only reason you know. Even I told some people, even if you don't like me, okay, you don't have to like me, but I'm saying like this and participate in this though.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Think of the bigger picture. I don't, then I don't bring up issue like that. Oh, what's wrong with you, JT? You don't talk about the issues. Man, I've been bringing issues like this for a year, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
If it would have been a full
Yeah.
panel, we could have talked about safety. We could have talked about protection. We could have talked about how we can get over this emotionally, spiritually, emotionally. We you know, oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I can go and say, yo, I ain't gonna do nothing like this no more and everything. But I be lying because I love our people.
Right.
And people say, "Oh, you just talking." Well, at least I'm bringing a conversation up. I'm willing to do that. Like, man, I don't man, like, like this, man. So, oh,
I've never since I've known JT, I've never seen JT playing around about his peoples, his community, his society, his family, and the people that he loves. That's one thing I want to put out there to everybody, just like you, Muhammad, and just like a lot of good brothers and sisters that we got out there that do this. But one thing I do want to make clear as well. Do y'all really think that JT wasn't going to come out and talk about this? Really? Come on, man.
go ahead, Mohammed. You guys say that.
Huh?
No, no, I'm just saying in regard. You feel me? Like, did
Oh yeah.
people really think that JT wasn't going to talk about this? Really? Man, you know what?
Well,
Hold on, before you say something. People have an affection when I say into negative aspects, they jump quick for it. But when it comes to things like this, and you got brothers like yourself, Muhammad, and JT bringing this up, why can people open their ears and listen? Why?
well, it's a combination of a couple of things. They're either in denial or they know what's happening and just don't want to deal with it. Total lack of knowledge of self, number 3. And you know, just overall, you know, I don't know, overall fear. Because like I always say, it's not the white man, it's the fear of the white man that gets our people. You dig what I'm saying? It's that fear, bro. It's that fear tactic. And we gotta chuck that away, brother. Because we the real true original descendants of this earth, bro. You see, you do your research and see we've been put into this corner about being the underclass of society, but that's not really the truth. They put us there because of a reason. You see, there was reasons behind that and strategy behind that. But see, once you look them in the eye and you look them in the eye when you're communicating with them, if you get a chance to, you look them dead straight in their eye. Watch how they look all around you. See? Because they know they can't really survive on this earth without our DNA. They know that because they come from us. Okay? They come from us. And if you don't think there's proof that does exist, because check it out, 24 scientists back that up. Okay? So they come from us. So they're in a way, they need us in certain ways, but they try to act like, oh, we could do without you. Yeah, okay, go ahead. So let's separate it. If you don't need me, let's separate. Give me a separate territory. I would never mess with you ever again. And let me take my peoples so we can do our own thing. We will never mess with you again. But we're going to have to face it, y'all. We're going to have to face it. I understand the ramifications of being afraid, or you just don't. But when is the time? Like Loso said, when is the time? When? Because you keep putting it off, things just get worse.
And
I don't want to hear that, there's things, spiritual warfare. Yeah, that might be true, but listen. A lot we can do to contribute that. We can't leave that in. Yo, what are you doing? We got to put the feet to the floor, baby.
Yeah.
We got to muscle up, baby. We got to go get it. It's not going to come to us. They're not going to give you anything without any stipulations. And until that's done, it will be status quo, business as usual. Do you want that? Because a lot of, and I'll call out some people. A lot of us, you're so happy, but what do they give you? They give you nothing. And I hate to sound crass, brother JT and Local, but listen, man, I've been around a long time. And I've seen a lot come and go in my lifetime, man. And I'm sick of it. I'm truly sick of it. I had it up to here. You understand? And I told JT tonight, JT, we will see where our people are at tonight. And he agreed. Am I right, JT? Take it from there, brother.
Yes, yeah, we did. We did talk about it, though, so we did. Cause me and him chopping ever since 8:15.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
I think we gonna start doing that too. Like, before we go, I'm gonna start inviting certain people to the panel without press the broadcast button, chop it up. We're gonna start doing that. I think this is good. Develop the chemistry. But I like
Yeah. And you know what, Loso? All right. If some people are afraid of a physical war, there's plenty of ways I can give the antidotes through a mental war. Withdraw your money so people won't feel hurt. You know, they won't get physically hurt. I get that. You know, spend with your brother, not with another. Huh? You understand? You know, circulate our dollars within our community. Don't be going outside the community and spend. But you know, a lot of people, they're, listen, man. Listen. Listen, man. It's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating.
yeah.
And the fact that our people don't want to do nothing about it. This is why when those other groups come in from other places and they leapfrog over, or you complain that they leapfrogging over us, but what are we doing to stop that? It's what you allow, man. It's what you allow. Oh, the Mexicans taking my job. No, they ain't. They stepped up to the plate. You didn't want that job. Are you going to get up on the scaffolding on a 28-story building? Are you going to deliver food in all types of degree weather? You see? And I hate, doing this to my people, but because I love my people, man. I love my people. I love all people. Let me get this straight. Let me rephrase that. I love all people, but I particularly love my people. Okay? Okay? That's what it is for me.
And there's nothing wrong with you loving all people, but you standing up for your people more because you want to see your people rise. You want to see your people shine. You want to see your people be successful, help others. You know what I mean? That's called a bondage, but not that, a foundation. You know what I'm saying? A nation
Exactly.
of brothers and sisters standing together. And if any other culture and race wants to stand by us, then they understand our motive. They understand our mission and they understand what we're trying to do. But I got to
Right.
agree with you in what you said. Just because we love all people, it doesn't mean that they and even some of our people are going to agree with us, my brother. And you know I'm right.
Yes, sir.
And one thing I want to say is that if nobody listens to what Muhammad is saying and nobody's listening to what JT is saying, one more time, I'm going to say this again. When is the right time? When? Never? Look, I'm going to tell you, son, I got a brain, I got a mouth, I got a heart, I got a soul, and I can speak my mind. And as long as I'm alive, I'm always going to back up my brothers, and I'm always going to back up my brothers and sisters that are doing something right for their people, and especially having discussions like this. It needs to be talked about. So I just want to just say, if anybody out there is listening, or when this video is finished and y'all listen, please embrace what both of these amazing brothers are saying and embrace their words. Respect where they're coming from. Because if it hits your territory, You would like people to listen to you. You would like for people to pay attention and stay focused and be prepared, just like you said, Muhammad. You said a lot of factors. Be aware, be alerted, be focused, get prepared, be prepared. But most importantly, we have a common denominator that likes to put fear on our own peoples. And if we let that fear run us over and we don't do nothing about it, just like Muhammad said, we just gonna be there just talking and nothing's gonna be done. That's all I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, JT.
Yeah, I just say for me that I hope it will not be a day that I will not get tired of bring up um subjects like this. I hope not. I don't want it to be that way. So
As hard as it is, JT, as hard as it is, and we don't want to talk about this. We really don't. I know we don't. But but really listening to both of you and the message that y'all sending, y'all make brothers like me want to talk about this and listen more and learn more. Be more alerted, be more prepared, more protected. And most importantly, you know what I'm saying? Just understand that there is a serious problem. There's a serious problem that is still going on to this day. And if we don't have brothers like you two magnificent brothers talking about this, then who is going to talk about it? Because I don't see nobody else in YouTube talking about this at all.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. You a magnificent brother too, Lofo.
No, I mean, my brother, you know what? You know what, my brother? This is not even about me. This is what message y'all bringing to our people, to everybody. This is deep. This is very important. You feel me? This ain't got nothing to do with Loso, but I am a part of it because I want to talk about it. I want to go ahead and ring the alarm to my peoples, just like you two amazing brothers are doing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
This is about all of us. It's about everybody that is trying to understand how can we get all of our people to see this is something that is not only being done today, it's been done in our past history, and it's going to continue happening. So what are we going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
This is all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, all
this is all I'm saying, brother.
I haven't heard JT like this. Never. So I know this is important to JT and you.
Mm-hmm.
We hate the fact that, we got to bring this to everybody's attention, but it's reality. It's happening for real.
Right.
It's like, you know what? I remember at one point of time in my life, I remember I used to go to school and I felt safe at one point. Now my kids going to school, I don't even feel safe with my kids going to school, man. I don't.
Look at that.
I be checking up on my kids like I'm a robot. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Y'all all right?
Look at that.
Day in, day out. I always check on my kids.
Shootings. Right. All these school shootings. The school used to be a place where it was a sanctuary, bro.
You remember that?
Yeah.
The more we got into were fights. Fist fights, but you live to see another day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are they doing to destroy our people? Let's destroy their food. Let's destroy their chemistry. Let's take everything they do and make it our possession. And if they don't understand that, let's start burning their schools. Let's start burning their churches. Let's start convicting them with charges and crimes that they never committed. And the list goes on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Brother Farrakhan said something about 3 days ago. He said,
"Oh yeah."
I mean, if you want to say, if you know what he said, please say it for me.
Was it something related to Nipsey Hussle?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But
yeah, he said not to listen to all that outside whatever you might have heard. He said, because we know. He said all of us know what it probably was, but don't listen to whatever comes out, especially in the media, right? Then he
Exactly.
also said. For that, the problem with us is sometimes we have that reactive mind. Like something happens to us and we react without thinking things through. That's what he meant to say.
So
You know what I'm
basically,
saying?
shoot first and ask questions later.
Right. Right. And he said we got to be careful with that. Because, he was saying that somebody does something to you, automatically you want to, hit them back or whatever. It's a reactive mind. But
Exactly.
he said think it through before you decide to, you understand?
Yes, sir.
To make your move. Yeah. Am I right? As close to what you thought?
Yes, sir. And he also
Yeah.
said this. And this is where sometimes as people we need to draw the line because he was right in one thing that he said. He said, why is it that every time the black community, even the Latin community, do good for each other, there's always somebody there to destroy? There's somebody in the background that is waiting to get paid by the devil, by the demon himself, to destroy his own brothers and his own communities. You see, we all work together, but there are some that work with the different kind that don't like positivity and don't like to see us, be successful. And he said, you fight fire with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Joe W, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
He
Thank
said, oh, my bad, JT. He said, you fight fire with fire. Because if you try to put where there's fire, where there's water, the fire's going to overtop the water.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
That's right. Yes.
to me is like this. Even though I really don't appreciate, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that you know what I'm saying, that are going on today and how we pursuing certain things. But that's a wake-up call. He's letting us know. Get ready, because you're going to have to start fighting fire with fire. And that's facts.
That's right. That's right.
That's facts.
That's right. And this is all I'm saying to my people, just warning them like, yo, wake up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say this before we continue. Joe W, we talking about the 3 church burnings in Louisiana. Are you familiar with that story? If it is, you can put it in the chat. But thanks for coming. Appreciate that. You showed up. That's all right. Got to get credits to. Let me ask you a question. Do you think law enforcement is going to be slow on these cases?
Sure. We probably won't ever hear about it ever again. How many church burnings have you known have been really solved, bro?
That's true, yeah. I guess I answered my own question.
There you go.
Answer my own question, yeah.
There you go, my brother. And this is why I say where we got to step up. Because those same people in law enforcement are the same ones that help perpetuate that whole thing. Come on, man. I'm not stupid, man. I've been around, baby. I've been around.
Yeah.
You know? I've been, especially in that region down there.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Joe W, that's the topic about tonight. So you want to entertain, you want to talk about, you can. But that's what we're talking about tonight.
Man,
And I wish somebody could engage with you. I really do.
he's the only one in the chat.
Yeah, basically.
Wow. Wow.
My bad, my brothers. I'm talking to my son right now. You ready to go? Come
That's
on.
all right. That's okay. Yeah.
But I wanted to say something though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I'm I'm I'm
Talk.
I'm I'm gonna put it like this. Listening to listening to what's going on today, it motivates me to just keep fighting. You feel
Yep.
me? It motivates me
Yep.
to keep on pushing myself. But you know what? Not also push myself, also push others that really
Right.
don't understand what we talking about. Because I'm gonna tell you
Exactly.
something, Muhammad and JT. There's a lot of people that don't understand where we coming from when we talk about this.
At all.
You know, they live in that young mentality. Ain't none of that never happened to me. Ain't never done that to my peoples. Oh, that was y'all back in the days in y'all generation. It's like, should I
Mm-hmm.
smack you in your head? Or do you want to sit down
Mm-hmm.
and learn?
Right.
Oh,
And you
Joe Doyle. Let me cut you. Joe Doyle. That's an expert. He said they going to be slow and too non-existent. That is so.
facts.
Yes, it is.
Facts.
Yep. Yep.
So, Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
be Puerto Rican and black, it's not as hard, you know what I'm saying, as being just
Right.
all black. You feel me? But one thing that I
Right.
can say, man, they treat us like shit too. We get harassed,
Oh
we
yeah.
get
Well.
beaten, the whole nine. But this is one thing that I want my Latin brothers and sisters to understand. If you don't
Mm,
understand the culture, you don't understand where you coming from, you don't understand what they doing to us, man, you'll never understand who the fuck you are. Never.
there you go. There you go. There you go.
You will
There it
never
is.
understand where you from. And you always gonna look
Mm-hmm.
up to somebody to teach you something. It's like an animal. An animal
Right.
stays so long with their kids, and then they tell them,
Mm-hmm.
bye bye. You gotta go out there and go get it
Right.
yourself now. So
Right.
that's why I'm telling all my brothers and sisters, sometimes it's not for you to start doing work, progress, and teach
Right.
others. So by the time you get back to the brothers and sisters that taught you, not only are you gonna not only are you going to be right there with them, but remember the
Mm-hmm.
brothers and sisters that you helped.
Right.
Now they going to do what you taught them when you out the picture. So you see,
Right.
if brothers and sisters don't understand that all we trying to do, like you and JT said earlier, is just
Mm,
send a message, a powerful
right.
message, and for us to stand up, man, we lost, bro.
Right.
Uh,
Lost.
Right.
I'm glad you brought it up because we don't talk about the psychiatric part of it too.
Oh yeah.
That's how we should touch on that right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead and touch on it, please.
Say that again. Repeat the
The
question.
psychiatric, what happened to the?
Oh, psychiatric. Oh, well. Oh, it can have psychological effects. Damn right. Especially for those people down there. Oh man, they could be. Oh man, their minds could be put in a basket right now, brothers. Because for some of those who can't handle something like that. There's some that could and some that can't. You know, some that can't. You know, and right now, who knows if they need medication for that? Um, all kind of other things is you can throw in the mix there. I mean, damn. Yeah, psychiatric, psychological. Oh man, I don't even want to begin to even go in there to what the possibilities are with that. You understand? Mm-hmm. Because like you
And they
said,
might
that's
be.
gonna be a
Hold on, my brother. Now that you said that, it's very fatal.
yeah.
Very fatal.
That's gonna be a mental scar for them, though. So you understand? That's gonna be a mental scar that they may not get over from, huh?
You're right.
Because
You're absolutely right.
you know why, JT? Because they could have said we could have been in there when the bombs went off or when the fire went out,
Exactly.
huh?
And let me ask JT something.
Yeah.
Did the churches get hit all at one time, or hours between each other?
You know, that's a good question. I think they were synchronized. I think it was synchronized, but they all three churches were in the same sector, 10 miles apart from
Yeah,
each other.
yeah. It was 10 miles apart.
So it's all connected,
That's what
Yeah,
that's yeah.
that's what they're saying.
and they can't find the they can't find the suspect for nothing. They can't find who did it for nothing.
Right, with all these street cameras out here, bro.
Man,
Come on.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'm gonna tell you, son. If it was one of us, we would have been caught a long time ago.
Oh, no question.
Lord have
No
mercy, bro.
question. No
Man,
question.
it's
No
like,
question.
it's like, you know what? When I think about them and them going through their tragedy, I see my
Mm-hmm.
son, I see my mother, I see my nephews and people that I love and care about, even though I don't know them, but they could have been my family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love when you say we need to prepare ourselves. We
Yeah, we
need to
do.
get ready. You're right.
Right. Yeah.
And my thing is this: if we're not prepared to learn and we're not prepared to fight, then we're
Right.
just gonna run. What you said earlier, we're gonna run like runaway slaves. We're gonna be afraid to fight, and
Yeah.
we're gonna be afraid to defend ourselves. It's time to wake
Yeah.
up, man. It's time to wake up for real.
Yeah. 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 And for me, I'm gonna be let it known right now. If it came down to that, I'm shooting my way out of that. You understand? Because I'd rather die for my independence than be a slave to anybody. I'm letting y'all know right now, off the top, off the tizzy. You heard? I'm not being a slave for nobody. So if they want to listen, if I go head on head, hey, like they did the old West, take 10 paces, look, they turn around, bang, 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 whatever. If you get me, I'm taking you with me. But I'm not going. I'm not going there, bro. I'm not going there. And for those who heard it on chat, or if you're listening and not putting yourself in the chat, mark it down. This brother Muhammad is not going out like get your mind right, because I'm not doing that. You know, I'd rather die for my freedom and my independence than die and be a slave. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Nah. Then live be right. I'd rather die for my freedom and independence than live to be a slave.
It's a lot of facts
Hey,
being made today. A lot of facts being made. And I'm going to say one thing. If this is not taken serious today, you know what? They never took JT and you serious in the first place.
in the first place. That's right. That's right.
All
That's
right.
right.
You
Right.
behave, you hear?
Go.
Yeah. All right. Love you. All right, now. Yeah, I was just
That's your
telling my
son?
son to go to the room. It's time for him to go to sleep.
Right, right. You gotta go to school in the morning, right? Yeah.
No, no, no. He's home trained. He's homeschooled.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's
Good.
homeschooled.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
me and his mother don't trust these schools. We just don't.
Good. 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 That's a good thing.
For real, man. And I'm proud we did it like that.
Right. It's a good thing. Yeah.
But if nothing is learned today, you know what? It's like you and brother JT have put out this powerful message for nothing. And you know what? That would not be fair. It would not be right. It would not be respected by, you know what I'm saying, by me, you, and JT. And the reason why I
Right.
say that is because, man, my brother JT works hard just like you. You know,
Sure.
now you in the stages of your life. You know what I'm saying. You probably
Right.
retired. You want to chill, but you still do
Right.
your thing. But
Right.
for people like me and for others and
Mm-hmm.
younger ones, ain't y'all gonna learn from our elders? Ain't y'all gonna learn from our seniors? Ain't y'all gonna learn from teachers and prophets that are trying to tell us something about what's going on in this world? You know what? 65%, Muhammad, they look at you
Mm-hmm.
crazy. What is this dude talking about?
Exactly.
But I
Exactly.
bet you, but do this, talk about rappers, talk about
Right.
drugs, talk about guns. They'll love that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They'll
Look
love
at
that
my
all
man.
day.
Look at my man. Tommy's channel. Look how many. Oh my God. You see, and he talks about the dumb shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he disrespects black woman to the fullest.
Right. Right. Because he's one of those men.
I know you're talking
Men's
about
rights.
Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the men's rights dudes.
Yeah,
But
he used to be with Sonetta and Hassan Campbell and all them boys. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
right. Right. Right.
That's
Right.
why I say. That's why I say Tommy Sotomayor or even Sonetta and others. I don't
Uh huh.
think if me, you, and JT and Sleep TV and all the other brothers get together, have a live with them, I think them brothers will hang up on us and curse us out to the day they die.
Uh huh.
And the reason why I know that is because their beliefs and their perspectives and how they see life is totally different from ours.
Right.
And that's why I say, why they're not reporting what happened in them churches? Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why they're not
I don't see that
reporting
on
what's
no
going
channel.
on in these schools?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they want to talk about? Oh, I can't stand a black woman who wears weave. I don't like a woman
Right.
who wears weave. I don't like a woman
Exactly.
who's ashy. All black women try to do is just rape us and take our money and disrespect us and get damn. So that means you got with every sister that did you like that. So that means the sisters
Mm-hmm.
that is going out with another man is gonna do them the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they live on a reverse life.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? You should be able to pay respects to all them beautiful people that had to endure that. Where's your respect at?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your love for your coach at? You know where it's at? In the floor.
Right.
They don't care about what we go through. They don't care about the society and the community. So
Right.
I really don't understand why they embarrass themselves as black men. That's number one.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be a king. You're
Exactly.
supposed to be a leader.
Right.
You know, so when I see my brothers acting like this, it's like, wow, is this how
Yeah.
much respect we have for each other as brothers and kings?
Mm.
That you're not even going to protect your own sister and queen? Man, you know what? Muhammad, let me start talking, bro, because when I get in this, bro, I get deep in this,
I
man.
know. But
But it's true.
but JT, I'm gonna tell you some words tonight, my brother. Between me and you, do not feel frustrated because we talked about it before. We went on. As long as we got the, like Loza said, as long as we got the message out, it's gonna get out there as this thing goes more and more. It's gonna get out there. So don't worry about it because you know what? They're listening. They just ain't checking into the chat room, but they watching. Trust and believe that, my brother. They are watching, and they know what the deal is. They know what it is. So don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it because this had to be covered tonight. Tonight was the goddamn night that this had to be covered. Okay? Yeah, we could talk about other things, music, sports, we go all around the dial. But sometimes you got to come back home to the meat and potatoes, man. I think Sheep said that one time. I borrowed a line from him. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah. Sometimes we gotta hit the things, that affect us every day in this country. So don't worry about it, my brother. Don't feel frustrated because, hey, some people are ready, like Losa said. Some people are not ready. Right? But believe this is going to get around. This whole recording is going to get around. So don't even worry about that. All right, my brother. JT, you there?
Oh, I'm
I
here,
can't
my
hear
brother,
you.
and I'm listening to you too, my brother. I'm just letting you know I'm here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I just want to make sure JT heard that. I know you heard that, Loso, right?
Yes, sir, 100%, and I back you up on that 100%. AT don't
Uh
play
huh.
himself. He's doing
Yep.
everything that he could, man, to let us know everything. And I salute you, JT. Whoever's against what you're doing today, you know what?
That's crazy.
They ain't real kings. And I'm gonna just put that out there. If you are to disrespect JT or even
I
Mm-mm-mm.
can hardly hear y'all.
for what they doing, y'all not kings. Y'all don't want to learn.
Oh, Diane DeWolf, thank you. Thanks for coming. Diane, if you want to join the panel, feel free. We very much appreciate it.
Mm.
I don't know. Since it's like, oh, you can't talk, Holly? Okay. Oh, can't
All
Holly hear.
right.
So where do we go from here?
Well, we'll put a little tab on this one, and we'll do a part two, brother. You heard?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't feel frustrated, JT. Don't listen.
No, I ain't
It's
talking
gonna
about
get it.
you. You
Uh,
you want to join the panel? So put your email in the chat. And Diane, I'm trying to get you on before, and they keep on rejecting it. So make sure that you give me the right email. Go. So put your email in the chat, Diane.
you got two people coming aboard, JT.
Diane DeBoer, I'm waiting for her. She said when she said she want to get on the panel. So yeah, we gonna stay along.
Okay.
No, Diane, listen to me. All you need to do, put your email in the chat where you at, and you got to make sure that it connect to Google Hangout. That's all you need to do. Because you got to do that for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also watching the game too. The Houston Rockets against the Oklahoma Thunder. It's a very good game.
Wait a minute. Let me turn to that now.
Okay. You don't have. Oh well, you got to download Google Hangouts there right now, Diane. That's the only way. That's the only way you're going to get on. Download Google Hangouts right now.
Damn, Chris Paul.
Look at him! 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 Boop!
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing but net.
All right. Yo, man, that was a hell of a shot.
But you know what? I just really want to say, I
Yeah.
wonder, I wonder how everybody feels that feels like us. Because I know it's a whole bunch of brothers and sisters that feel just like all three of us do. I
No doubt.
wonder what is running through their mind. I mean, like, is it are they accepting it? or they're just like, wow, we can't believe this. Let's make a difference. Let's do something that's going to improvise our people to stand up together. I mean, that's a lot of questions, you know what I'm saying, that we need
Oh
to
yeah.
answer ourselves, just like the others that think like us at this time of moment when it comes to that type of situation, which is the topic,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, the church is being burned and
Right.
what Louisiana's going through. I really wonder how many people really, really care about that.
Yeah. You got me thinking now too, brother.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Pretty Apple. Read that, y'all.
Uh, you got me thinking that one, Loso. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Diane, like I said, Diane, all you have to do, just go to Google Store, look for Google Hangout, download it, make sure it's download, and you can get you on. We can get you on. Trust me. We want to get on. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we waiting, Diane. We waiting, Diana. Thank you, Pretty Apple. Appreciate that. Thank you. I want y'all to read. I want you to read the chat. Mom's the one. Matter of fact, you read it.
What? I can't see it when I'm on the phone, bro.
Oh, thank you. Well, she says spread that love and support. You'll appreciate that means a lot, man. Right there, right there.
Mm.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciation comes a long way. That's
Yeah,
real. It comes a long way. So that's what's up. Bless.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely yeah.
Yeah, so, brother, you know what? I do want to talk about this though. Oh, Diane, we still waiting for you. Let us know. Let us know that you download the Google Hangout. So, yeah, yeah. Um, do we have, like I said, fear? Because I want both of y'all to answer this so we can keep this going. Waiting for you, Diane. Get on. Do you think that our people should be very, very leery about other churches and around the
Say that.
country? Now,
Well,
oh, good.
no, say that again.
Do
Repeat that
you
question.
you think our people should be very leery that stuff like this can happen all around this country, not
Oh,
just
sure,
in the South,
sure.
and why?
Well, because when you got ignorance, ignorance is bliss, brother. But um, I know one time. Remember when that white boy came into the church in South Carolina and started shooting people? Remember that?
And got a burger. He got him a waffle combo.
Right. Now, well, listen to this. So I told a bunch of Christian people that live in my building, I caught them one at a time. And I said, listen, what y'all gonna have to start doing in light of this incident, y'all gonna have to take the men of the church, conduct searches at the door before they come into your temple. So one of the Christian girls said, but we don't do that. We welcome everybody. I said, yeah, but that's why that people got killed down there. You see, you got to have a measure of security because you don't know what strangers coming in there. You see, so I don't know if they employed that tactic or not. That was something I learned from the nation, from the FOI. Because before you walk into their temple, you're being served. Okay, so and that's for to keep you safe in the temple environment. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. And I told her, and I told other churches, y'all better start adopting some security measures. I don't know if they ever followed up on it, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes, brother. You know what I mean? So you don't know, you know. And then again, like the minister said, you let that snake come in there and fellowship with you. But had that been a brother with his pants hanging down and hair and a certain hairstyle, he would have been met at the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd have been met at the door, brother. So.
Well, I'm gonna respond to that question right there, and I'm gonna tell you something. In the first place, African churches should have never been made in America.
Mm.
And the reason why I'm gonna say that is because everything that is the right way to be religious, if you believe in God or in Jesus, it has been twisted by many different religions already.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Catholics, especially,
Uh-huh.
and other religions that do things differently. You understand what I'm saying? They even got churches, my brother, where, and I can't believe I'm saying this, where pastors will tell women that if they drink their semen, that they will receive Jesus Christ's special abilities and gift. And now you got ministries and even churches in Africa that are doing that. And one pastor got beheaded because he was doing that to many several women, and these women thought that they were going to get healed. But what was going on is that these churches were promoting sex, bestiality, and not only that, they were allowed the parents to bring their kids to see that. So you see, the Catholics and I'm gonna just say the truth. The white supremacists found a way to be able to manipulate the real religion of God and Jesus Christ to fulfill a very undeniable and very liveful religion that all what it did is separate the people that actually believed in the real God and in the real Jesus, and they implement it into their own religion as if, no, the black religion ain't no good. That doesn't exist here in America. So every time you got a church that is being built in America, believe it. Believe it when I tell you, 35 to 65% of the pastors that work in these churches are rather rapists, perverted motherfuckers, or they like, what is that they used to do back in the days? They used to beat on each other with whips. What they call that?
I know what you're talking about. Oh shit.
Yeah, when I think about it, I'll let you know. They will hurt themselves.
Like a lasso, yeah.
Yeah.
Lasso, yeah.
And can you believe that only came from one religion? So JT, yes. It is very important to know that this type of ignorance, can be exposed all over the United States in all types of different churches. So that's a great point. Whoever brought that up, or if you brought it up yourself, that was a great answer. I mean, a great question, a very great question.
I said this, that um that I think that sometimes we able to go with certain things. I'm not getting off the subject. I'm sticking the subject, but I'm just saying this that sometimes there are certain things that happen that we be thinking that's certain demographic, but we fail to understand that it does spread. I give you case in point. A lot of people be thinking, oh, gang be shooting. It just happened like in New York and Cali. No, it happens all over the country. But I have to understand though, you gotta understand what's the root of it. It's just like they can say, "Oh yeah, all this killing happened in Chicago and stuff like that," but they also find out that actually cops was planting these guns in certain parts of Chicago. And so, get back to the churches and stuff. We have to understand that there are hundreds, there are thousands of churches that, in in this U.S. We ain't gonna talk about the millions around the world that could happen to them too. You gotta understand, a press system doesn't discriminate. It happens globally, and we gotta talk more about that too. So let me ask y'all this question. Start for Muhammad's the one that did low. So even in the chat, I want y'all to engage too. Do y'all think that things like this be happening around the world?
Oh yeah. Of what the burning of churches?
Yeah.
Uh, possibly, but we just never heard it. You know what I
But
mean?
but it can happen though, right?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
Well, JT, thank you for bringing that up because a lot of churches been burned in Puerto Rico. In
Yeah,
Cuba, there are no churches. It's against the government's policy. Haiti, almost all Haiti churches have been burned to the crisp because of the government. So it's already going on all over the world.
mm-hmm.
And that's the sad part about it.
Right,
They even got
right,
churches in different countries, like in Brazil or Costa Rica, Panama. But these churches are nothing of what God and Jesus Christ religion really is. Nothing. You know what these
right.
people mostly study, my brothers? Bestiality religion.
Mm-hmm. True.
And when you look at Hollywood, look at all these movies now that are coming out. Beauty and the Beast, Aquafish, all these
Right,
different movies where humans fall in love with animals or reptiles or reptilians.
right.
This is what a lot of churches are teaching your kids and people that believe in God and Jesus Christ that it's right to do.
Wow,
Yeah, man, believe. If y'all don't believe me, check it out. All these
wow,
countries are being burnt from their actual real religion, and they feeding them with this negative lying religion. So yes, JT, it's already going on all over the world.
wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I figure that. Yeah, because I heard something like that too. Like years ago in London, it was a Pentecostal church burnt down in London a long time ago. And I believe that case is still what do they call it? Unsolved?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unsolved because the government had a play in it. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. Religion is very powerful. If you go to Italy, which is the most corrupted religion in the world, which is the Catholics, 80 something percent of them Catholics, what they do, they rape kids, they molest
Mm.
kids, they beat
Yeah,
them, they torture them. And what's the real messed up about it? That these same so-called preachers and pastors from the Catholic world, they come up to your family and shake their hand and say, your son is so precious, your son is so beautiful. Isn't that a sign right there?
Mm-hmm.
No, but the parents are so blind. Oh, thank you, Pastor. I appreciate it, Pastor. Oh, thank you. And next thing you know, you let 10 years go by,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see your son with a man. What are you gonna do?
Or sometimes he don't. Sometimes he take his own life because he know what he doing is wrong. That's
Exactly.
and they still get past, and they don't get reprimanded.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like in India, they got this church in India.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that you are allowed to be in this religion, you have to be around king cobras, venomous king cobras, all day and all night. The
What?
religion is about basically studying the devil's work. But what they
Uh,
do, they grab the religion to study everything about you, your ups, your downs, your sadness. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like a slavery type of religion. And once
mm,
they see that they know everything about you, rather, they give you two choices. Rather, you surrender yourself to me and become my slave when I want to, or you can be beheaded right now.
Oh yeah, let me pass this out before y'all continue. If anybody wants to donate, I do have PayPal account, also Super Chat, and we are talking about the churches burning in Louisiana. So I want the people in the chat engage in that, please. We also want you to engage what we're saying too. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom always, when we was young, she raised us the best way she could. She worked two jobs. But one thing my mom said, I want y'all to learn about God. I want y'all to learn who God is and who Jesus Christ is. And I remember I used to go to this church in New Jersey in Orange Street. It was a Christian church.
mm-hmm.
But the things that I used to see in this church, Muhammad had me thinking, am I in the right church? Hold on, this don't look right. And
uh,
then one day, Mother Johnson got up. I love every time Mother Johnson talked because she
uh,
spoke the truth every time.
uh,
And Miss Johnson put it out there. What a lot of the things were going on in the church that she never mentioned. You feel me?
okay. Okay.
And do you know that Miss Johnson was killed a week later
What?
for speaking her mind and for exposing what was going on in the church?
In
She
that
was
church.
found dead in her house, strangled to death.
Oh. Did they ever find out who did it?
Yeah,
They caught a suspect?
a, a pastor that hired a professional killer to go kill him.
Wow.
And the reason why, through the investigation in the case and all, the only reason why they say that the pastor did it is because the pastor already had multiple charges that he was facing.
Mm.
And everybody that knew kept it quiet.
Wow.
That's
So the
another
killer,
thing.
the
You
killer
see,
snitched, the killer snitched him out, huh?
that basically, yeah. But you see, it's just like JT says. Think about it for a minute.
Mm.
If you stay quiet and you stay silent in situations like this, you will never be heard.
Right.
And for Mama Johnson to put it, I used to call her Mama Johnson, but her name was Miss Johnson. God bless her soul. She always used to tell me, be careful with these people. These people
Mm.
are not to be trusted. I just come here to hear the word of God and Jesus, and that's it. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is when I found out how crooked church really was. She told me
Mm.
there's three different type of pastors in this world. I was
Right.
like, okay, let me know. She said
Mm.
the black man will have sex with that one, with the cousin, with the finest one that's in here. Pastor just trying to get his. And when you're talking about a white pastor, oh, that's the one that rapes your kids. That's the one that turns your kid gay or lesbian or even ends up your child to committing suicide, just like JT said, or they never are the same after that experience that they suffer. And last
Mm.
but not least, the pastor
Mm.
that works for the devil, but also works for God. He works
Mm.
in both directions. The
Right.
problem is what's in the dark always comes out to the light.
Believe that.
Yes, sir.
Believe that.
When she taught me that, I started,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, just seeing how really different a lot of churches was.
Yeah.
And not even about 6 months later, after that happened to Mama Johnson, the church was burned down to the crisp.
Wow. Mm. Mm. Mm.
So I'm telling
Damn.
you, JT, and you to come out with this conversation, my both brothers, man, thank
Mm.
you. I want to thank both of you
Yeah.
from the bottom of my heart, man, because it takes real brothers and real sisters to talk about situations like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if we don't expose it, you know what? Some of our kids or maybe our young ones, they might go through it if we don't sit down and have
Right.
conversations like this.
Oh, trust me, they in
That's
Louisiana, they going through it right now.
You see that? Thank you,
right.
JT. Thank you.
And that's been for generations.
Yes, generation after generation after generation.
So these little kids turn into grown people. They become grandfathers or grandmothers, and
Mm-hmm.
you know. Oh, thank you. I haven't seen you in a while, Jasmine. And it's a cycle that we don't want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But
And it's perpetuated.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta make sure that we stay with the subject that was going on down there. But at the same time, us as a people, we gotta do a better job to fight against this oppressed system. What they have done.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the young one sees it, what makes them think? What makes them people think that they're gonna change? They think
Right.
it's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it happened. Welcome back, Jasmine. I hope everything all right. How's the family doing? Oh yeah, you always be working. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we gotta talk about. Cause we should talk about it right now about the young ones. How are they looking at it right now?
Bruh. That depends
Put
if
it like
they
this.
even
Put it
understand.
like this, big dog. In 1930, I think it was 157 churches that were burned. In 1940, about 200. In 1960 and 70, those were, when the Klan and all of them were out there. The
Mm-hmm.
Klan used that as a symbol.
Right.
If they knew that you had a church, you had a religion, or you had a lot of partnership, you know what I'm saying, from a lot of strong brothers that held their community down and, took care of their churches, their farms, and their homes. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing they did was put a burned cross next to the church, burn the cross, and then burn the church down. In
Right.
1960 and 70, put together, almost 600 churches were burned.
Right.
So
Wow.
y'all right. This has been going on for so
For
long,
so long.
so long.
And generation after generation that had to deal with that. Yep. Keep that one.
I know y'all. I know just like me, y'all got probably aunties or grandfather or grandmother
Sure.
or maybe other families that seen this and
Yeah.
witnessed this.
Sure.
Well, my late father witnessed that. Yeah, we went from down south. What is church burdens? People getting perished from your church, getting actually hanged on the church course, like
Yep.
on top of the building.
Yep.
Come on now,
Yep.
and that's old time right there. They
Right.
hang a tree, a strong tree,
Mm-hmm.
while they're reading the Bible, the scriptures,
Yep.
it's like a ritual.
I think to them is a ritual because in the 60s and 70s they were doing this like it was the cream of the crop,
Let me let me let me
and
drop this.
they turned it into a symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Whoever
Mm-hmm.
turned into a Ku Klux Klan at that era, you were recruited to make sure that you burn a church down and you hung a brother and a sister because there was a Ku Klux Klan member that fell in love with a sister and left the Klan. And for almost 10 years, he was followed around, you know what I'm saying? Because he started to date the black sister. And when he gave an interview, he said it. When you are recruited, the first thing they ask you to do is burn a church down and hang
Yeah.
a brother and a sister, and you will be recommended into a higher level, or we could turn you to a captain or to a lieutenant. But you have to kill and hang them.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know what though? I'm gonna drop a Jew on y'all. You want to hear it?
Yes, sir,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Do you know Alabama was one of the last states that got rid of slavery?
No,
Li-
Missouri was.
No, no, it was Alabama. You know what year was it? Guess.
Uh, in '65.
Nope. Higher than that.
Like
125?
70.
Huh?
125?
No. In 72.
Oh, 72. Okay.
And well, I'm gonna tell you why how it happened. Because the federal government had forced and they had to abolish it. Mostly all the states had abolished it. We know that they really abolished it, but by law, Alabama did never abolish it. They did,
We were part of that Civil War, against the North.
You know what's crazy? Now that you mentioned that, do you know that Mississippi still got slaves that are under contracted by slave masters to this day?
To this very day. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't believe my eyes when I seen that, brothers. I
Listen,
couldn't.
listen,
And this was a
listen,
couple of
Los.
years ago that I seen this story.
Yeah, Los. So when in 1998, right, I had to fly to Biloxi, Mississippi, which is near
Oh, Lord have mercy. One of the most racist places in Mississippi.
Yeah, Gulfport. Yeah, by the border down there, by the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I know
So
exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
right. So then my nephew was fighting in the National Golden Glove, so he was there like a day or two before I was. So I flew in, man. When I came out that airport, that little airport they had, I looked up. First thing I saw was the Confederate flag. I said, "Wow!" So now here comes the cabbie, an old white dude. So you need a cab? I said, "Yeah." Going to the Holiday Inn on the beach next to the Coliseum. All right, get in. So I sat right behind him, bro. And going through those roads, those dirt roads, you see like them old plantation houses and all that, churches, and I'm like, yo, it looked like I was thrown back into yesteryear. That's how rigid that shit was. And all I could say was, well, if this cabby stops and I see white boys coming at me, I'm gonna choke him to death and drive the car away. You understand what I'm saying? Like I already had a plan in case that happened. You know what I mean? So
let me put it to you
man.
like this. There's even racism in churches. If you go to Texas, because I've been to Texas a few times when I had to go do demolition work and I had a contract to do demolition work. I remember one time, one of the workers that, you know what I'm saying, works with us, you know, he's a great believer of God and Jesus, you know, and he wanted to go to church just to, you know, get on his knees and pray and just leave. When he was about to enter the church, you know what they told him? We don't allow spics in our church.
Wow.
He looked at the guy and said, God has no color. And if you want to talk about color, you need to go out there and represent for our black brothers and sisters, because that's where we really come from. Don't you know that God is black? They looked at him like, if you don't get out of here right now, we're going to call the police, you're going to be taken into jail, and they're going to whoop your ass. He looked at the people and said, wow, you're not supposed to be cursing. If you are a former believer of my religion, and if you believe in the same thing I do, you're supposed to be respectful. Respect me as a man because I'm a man myself. Man, they told my dog just like this. We don't accept spics nowhere and no churches around here in Waco, Texas.
Wow.
My dog tried to sue them. You know, my dog tried to sue them. He went through the process. You know what the judge told him? We can't really do nothing about it because we really represent and we respect that church. And I know the pastor, he's a great friend of mine. That told me everything right there. You racist bastard.
Oh, yeah.
So you see, even in churches, you got racism. What the? What? Yeah. Oh, my God, bro.
Oh, listen, just to get slightly off topic. I was playing college basketball in LA, so we had the summer off. So the coach said, just keep in shape, play in the league, you know, don't get hurt. I said, okay. So I worked this job, it was a temporary summer job at this wholesale traveling agency. So, make a long story short, I ran into this brother that worked there. Him and I was talking, and he says, "Yeah, I heard you play for one of the colleges out here." I said, "Yeah, I play for El Camino. I'm about to go to Cal State next year." Da, da, da. He said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Well, look, man, I have a tryout for a travel team that we do." And I said, "Well, where's it at?" He said, "Oh, it's at this. It's going to be given at this church." At what church is that? So he told me the name, but I didn't put two and two together. So that he said it was the Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints. Those were Mormons, but I didn't know that at the time. So I said, "Oh, that church is about 2 blocks where I live." Said, "Yeah, we'll come through on Saturday morning." Man, Loso, JT, I walked in that motherfucker. I was the only black spotted for miles. And I said, "Damn, all these white motherfuckers there." I said, "Where's my man?" So I'm looking around for him. He finally, emerges out of the crowd. He said, "Oh, Raul, why you doing? Hey, man." So I said, "Damn, you got a lot of cats here. How many spots you got on?" "Oh, we got about 14 spots." I said, "Damn, you got about 30 dudes here, man." He said, "Nah, but that's all right. I'm gonna put you on." I said, "You know what? I'll pass, man." So then I pulled him to the side. I said, "Are you a Mormon?" So he said, "Yeah, man." So I said, "Nah, that's okay. I'm good." So I walked back out, went home. Come to find out, that this dude and his wife were the first in 1982 in Los Angeles, California, to sue the Mormon church to get in as a member. And the judges okayed the lawsuit.
Yeah.
You see why? You see why I tell you, my brother. You see why I tell you, my brother, that a black brother's sister, a black brother and a black sister's church was never to be apprehended to come here. Remember, the religion that our African brothers and sisters had was so powerful. That's why the tribe and the communities in Africa was so strong. You know what I'm saying? Because in their tribe, they believe in protecting themselves, protecting their kids, their family. But one thing that they also did, they helped anybody.
Right.
They didn't care what culture, they didn't care where you came, they don't care where you came from. You know what?
Right.
Let's say me and you go to Africa right now. You know how beautiful the tribes and the community of the tribes are going to treat us?
Right.
Because, man, you know what? This puts a lot of emotion in me. Do
Right.
you know that in Africa, Colombia, Brazil, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Venezuela, all these places that are very, very poor, they live in poverty. Don't you know when
Right.
they get a Bible, they cry?
Right.
They cry, man,
Right.
because all they want to do is know about God.
Right.
But then
Right.
you got the But then you got the government that works with these evil people from the United States government. And guess what they do to kids and people all over the world, and especially in third world countries, when they believe in God and Jesus Christ and they go to church? Guess what they do to them? They beheaded them and cut them in pieces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When are
Oh
we going
yeah,
to
bro.
realize that we are losing more than just ourselves? We are really
Yeah.
losing our African heritage
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro,
That's why you see these
go
church
ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
burnings.
go
You
ahead.
see, these church burnings are significant. Get back on topic because see, let me tell you something. Not only there happens in parts of Florida, uh, Alabama, Georgia. Yo, there's so many church fires and bombings. I don't even think they report them all. If you ask me, huh? Isn't that right, JT?
Facts.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
ask y'all
I don't
both
even.
brothers a question. Let me ask y'all a deeper question. How
Uh,
many cases of abuse, of rape, of torture really get put in the front line when it comes to
right.
kids being tortured or raped in church? Give me a percentage.
Oh, none.
You want me you like my late father said, you want me to give you the sugar truth or the truth?
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I'm gonna be nice.
Please, sir.
20%.
Mm.
3%.
And I'm being nice. 20%.
3% of these investigations are investigated, and guess what? Most of them are dropped. Why?
Yep.
Because the pastor works with the Catholic Corporation.
Sure. Sure.
Most of these cases never make it. Remember, the Catholic Empire is worth what? Hundreds of billions of dollars?
And
Mm.
then you know what? We gotta understand this too. And those are the ones they were part of slavery too. Those are the ones that were holding our resources
Yep. Hijacked.
for centuries.
Yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
are actually one of the popes actually slip out and say that he worshiped black, I think the black mother, something like that.
Mm.
They
Wow.
try to keep that on the hush hush.
Right. Right. Wow.
Y'all don't remember that movie by Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey, A Time to Kill?
Yeah.
Okay, that happened. That was based on a true story. It happened in Mississippi. At
Okay.
that era, when that happened, I think that happened in the 70s or in the 60s, if I'm not
Mm,
mistaken. Either or. But you know how many churches got burned down in Mississippi when
mm.
that was going on?
Oh shit.
I'm telling you, look, even Samuel L. Jackson said, I don't want to do this movie. It's too powerful. I don't
Right.
think I'm gonna I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull through. And Matthew
Mm-hmm.
McConaughey was like, man, you're gonna be straight. We're gonna help you through it. Man, Samuel L. Jackson had a hard time doing this movie. A real hard
Right.
time. Why? Because he said and remember him seeing his grandmother and his ancestors go through it when he was a little kid and he couldn't help them. So
Mm,
just imagine a great sensational actor like Samuel Jackson tell you that. It's something to take
mm.
in for real.
That's right. That's right. You sit down and listen and learn. Yep.
That man was
Exactly.
afraid. Hey, JT and Muhammad. That man said no,
Uh.
no, And they asked him,
Uh.
why do you keep saying no? Man, I'm afraid these white people might come after me and kill me.
Mm,
It was
mm.
serious. It's just like,
Right.
I don't mean to bring this up, but let's go with Kunta Kinte for a minute. You remember when they were whooping them? What's your
Yeah.
name, boy? Kunta Kinte. What's your name, boy? Kunta Kinte. He didn't want to give up and say Kunta Kinte. His
Right.
people was the one that said, just accept the name that they giving you. He said, hell
Mm,
no. I ain't going to
right.
accept nothing. So
Mm,
if you had a brother at that level and die the way he did, because man, Kunta Kinte died in pain. This man died in torture. But his
right.
legacy and what he tried to teach us, it was to prepare us. Get ready. They burning our churches down. They killing our
Right.
kids. They killing our ancestors. They already killed our late ancestors, which were the Egyptians, and they took their knowledge. So what makes you think they're not going to try to take our young youth
Exactly.
knowledge? Look what's going on today. Every
Eh,
white person wants to wear skinny jeans. Every white
Right.
person wants tattoos. Every white person wants to have goals in their mouth. You understand? So you
How
see,
about that?
the pedigree of the whole thing is that whatever black brothers and sisters do,
Hmm.
everybody else wants to imitate it.
Right. Of course, because we're the originators.
And especially when it
Uh huh.
comes to churches. And you know what?
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because let's say you go to a white church. You go to a white church, it's like, okay, I hear the word. I understand. Even though I know it's bullshit what you're saying, but I understand where you're coming from. But when you go
Mm-hmm.
to a black church, you can feel the power. You can feel the message. You can feel the vibe when you
Mm.
dancing, when the pastor's talking, when the sister preacher or pastor is talking. Because let's put the sisters involved now. There's a lot
Oh
of great
yeah.
sisters and pastors that do their thing.
Yeah. Of course. Of course.
But you know what though? It's like you and JT says. Great leaders that represent for God, Jesus, and our people, they're always rejected. They're always put on the side like outcasts. You
Right.
imagine that all you want to do is just put the word of God up there and you being stopped? Come on,
Right.
bro. What type of world we live in, man?
Right. Right. That goes back
Just
to
to,
the,
just to
the
keep it on the
woman that you
topic,
talking about.
because that's what I'm trying to do. I want to keep it on the topic, just like you and JT says. Just
Right.
look on how of a hypocrisy
Mm-hmm.
these people really are. How you gonna
Oh.
tell us let's get along, but then you want to steal everything that you see them do?
Facts.
Man, come on, man. Go ahead, brother. Take
Facts.
over. Go ahead.
No, no, you speaking
Oh,
facts.
oh, the
Yeah,
realist. Hi, the realist.
I just feel like what it's like this, and it's true for every for every black brother, sister, or even a Latin brother or sister that just want to do right. And especially when you believe in God. And especially when you go out there, you feed the homeless, you go to different countries, you help them with clothes, with food, with shelter, you put money, you set up charity funds, even foundations. Guess what? The white man's going to take it from you.
Exactly.
You know why they want to? Let me ask you a question, and I want both of my brothers to answer this question. When did it ever become a law in religious that you had to give 7% to 10% to a church? Please break that
uh,
down to me.
uh,
You talking about back in the old days, but right now they got ATM machines,
Oh my
sophisticated.
right.
Too.
uh,
They made sure when you go in there, they got the magnet. Cling, cling. Oh shit! Take out my debit card. Yeah.
oh
They,
yeah, yeah.
see, they don't pass the plates no more.
Right.
Exactly.
Put
Just
that.
get
Exactly.
online and go. Just get online and go up to that ATM.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yes, sir. Look, and this is another factor. This is another factor that a lot of people don't know. I know both of you brothers know, just like a lot of my family in the chat. You know
Right.
when it's a crooked corporation church favorite time of the year? Income tax season.
Oh sure, sure. They know you caking. Yeah. They know you
You
got
know
that
what?
cake,
And
yo.
and check it out. And you know the stuff. Because we got to keep it real there. People say, this is you got to understand too, because you got to be whole comfortable. And the pastor wear his best suit, his gal also, no. And then you got some of these ladies, they wear that tight dress, that smell real good and everything. And
With that drop top Cadillac, drop
right,
top.
get to the cat like and then you got the 18, ting ting, ting ting, and then they got the nerve to buy the best food and sing you downstairs and everything. And they give out the food at church downstairs, good old food once a month. Cause that's where the like you said, go so that's where the money's at. And and then after they get you, that's it.
And don't
They
and
have no
don't be
care in
a
the world for you.
don't be
None.
a member. Hold up, here's another one. And don't be a member of the church. And God forbid if you miss out on your rent. Excuse me, Pastor, can I talk to you? You mind if I borrow some money to buy, to get my rent? I'll give it back to you. Well, no, but brother, there's a homeless shelter down the block. I'll be praying for you, though.
But I tell you one thing, on that money I bet he's tricking.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
man, I bet he
Remember, remember what I said, JT, what my great great grandmother told me and Mama Johnson told me. Remember
Uh,
that? You
uh,
always got the pastor that want to sneak in and through the young lady, the mama, the sister. He trying to get in through whoever pass he can. Real talk.
Yeah, I'm trying
Pips
to
in
tell
the
you.
pulpit.
And he the one to be there. Oh, don't go to clubs and bars. If you got a man, he told the woman, if you got a man in the house, your husband, he's not yoked. But I tell you one thing, you be yoking her up, and then you cause confusion within the household because he could be a good man, but he believes in God, but he don't believe in church. But look what you're doing. You're hitting his wife up and mess up happy home.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. And then you got some sisters out here. You should talk about it. Well, why are you? As I said, you got a happy home. All right, maybe the husband ain't doing all one. You know what I'm saying? But he pray to God. He take you to church. He give you the money. He doing the right thing. But then the pastor. He's married.
Put it like this. It's based on a true story. Put it like this. I remember one time I was in Sarasota, Florida. And in Sarasota, Florida, the communities out there have a lot of churches. And, my ex girl grandmother, me and her, we was real tight. You know what I'm saying? That was like a mom to me. You feel me? And she told me, "Hey, I want you to come to church with me just one day, just one day." I said, "All right, grandma, I'll go with you." She sat me down, right? And she said, "I just want you to see. Don't say nothing. Don't talk. I just want you to see." I said, "All right." And as I'm seeing everything that my mom, my great great grandma, Mama Johnson, my mama, and her told me, everything came into a perfect picture. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing to me that I had to look at people that love me and care about me and tell them I was disgusted being at that church. That hurts. You know why? Because we always we always make sure that when a mom or grandmothers or whatever come to church that they good. You feel me? Because we know they're gonna go ahead, get on that kitchen and cook, get everybody together. But when you see a grandmother and a mother or any woman or even brother that go to church in a good way but come back home sad, don't want to cook, don't want to do nothing, something is going on. That picture
Mm-hmm.
don't look right. And that's when I also found out that the church also was triple taxing people. Because you know in church how, you know what I'm saying, you got communion class, then you got Tuesday class, then you got practice deacon class week. I mean, you got all these things that you got to go through on an everyday week scenario if you are in church. And a lot of churches make money off of that, ripping people off. But I also found out that the pastors in the churches have to be that way. Why? Because the church that they're sitting on does not belong to them. It belongs to a white man and he wants his money.
And let's not forget about these men and women pastors. They play with them little ball ways. And like the realist said, that it's a business. It is. She absolutely right. It is. It's a corporation. Hello? Hello?
I'm still here,
Yo,
JT. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. And you know what, JT? That is so true what you say. But you know what? This is the thing, man. You know what? There's so much knowledge here. There's so much knowledge and wisdom that sometimes that our knowledge and wisdom and what we're saying is not really progress or even process to people to understand where we're coming from because a lot of people are confused. So this is what I tell everybody that's lost and confused. How is it that me and you and everybody else gotta work so hard just to make 1,000? Not even. Some people make 250 a week and they get taken 75 $100 off. And look how much we have to go through to get to where we get.
And
But
you, yeah.
but a church? No.
And
Hell
you,
no.
and you know what
People
they
make
get
a
out of it?
lot of money.
And you know what the pastor give them ladies? A wet one. Wipe off. That's it. Or something in the mouth. I'm being well, it's not monetized anyway. None in the mouth.
I'm saying, man, wow. You
I'm
see,
telling
you learn something every day new. You
you.
learn something every day new. And the people that don't understand that, man, y'all got a long way to go, and y'all finna hit the wrong direction. That's why if you got great peoples like JT, Muhammad's the one, people in the chat, people that want to interact, people that want to get into the situation and want to listen and want to make a difference, That's the way to be, because we only expand ourselves to be looked at with power, with dignity,
And
self-respect.
check it out. And all that what we talk about, I know you'll see the title, The Three Church Burning in Louisiana. And these are the same people want to forgive the ones that crucified them for centuries. They generation for centuries. Nah, that's cool. But see, these are the same pastors, and these are guys say women pastors too, that like to play with little kids. That want to break up relationships, marriages, families. I remember that somebody showed us a picture of Facebook. It was somewhere on the beach of Africa. It was this pastor. All the women that they have thick women in Africa. You know what happened? They was in the doggy style, and he actually told them, if you let me eat you from behind, you can marry your husband, and that's facts. I want you to ponder over that in the chat, and also, okay, Diana Pop, I want you to ponder that in the chat, and also in the panel. And it was about close to 30 women along the beach. And I never forget, it was like fiance to be. They came in, race after him, and all that and everything.
Oh, I seen that. That happened a couple of years ago, right? He had all these women by a beach bending over, right?
Bend over.
Yeah. By the water on the sand, yeah. Big
Yeah.
booties. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
You see how great
Yep.
minds work together? Because
Yeah.
that was the African pastor that I was talking about.
Wow.
Thank you, JT, for confirming that with me.
And you wonder why black men do not like to go to church. We not making it up. I'm just telling you. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they always say, "Oh, the church woman, she's freaky." Yeah. What do you think? They go to church with nothing under it. They got to sit in the front. Lady, hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it real, ladies. I'm gonna keep it real. Stop putting yourself out there like that. You got a good man, hold on to it. And then you got these no good pats. He also married, so his wife probably be all wrinkled up and everything. Can you know? she can't get it moist anymore.
That shit's dry as a fucking desert, right?
Dry, man, dry than Arizona tea.
Mm.
So what anything gonna be?
Wow. Wow. That's fucked up. Oh.
So that's what I'm saying, man. And then get back to the point that we talking about. So when these churches burn down, and we sorry about that, but these no good pastors no good, man. They don't want to help out the community. It's crazy. But they want you to help them out though. Own like own 3 or 4 houses. Have about 6, 7 cars. Probably have a house overseas.
Hmm.
Look at TGJs.
About
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago, they said he was the most influential pastor ever. Was like
Right.
talking about child pornography and all that. He was talking about how the boys get taken advantage of. No joke. I said, okay, let me hear him out. Now he's no good talking about gay having right in the kingdom. He's not the only one. Then you got
JT, can I read something real quick?
got
I just want to read something real quick. Check this out now. Attacks against African American churches in the United States have taken a more up a tour. And it says more than 30 black churches were burned in an 18-month period in 1995.
in
Mm-hmm.
1995.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm looking at it right now in Google's. In 1995.
I remember that.
That's 24 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
It seemed like there was like one or two every week. Remember,
Yeah.
popping up.
Yeah, but you gotta think about back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, shoot, they were burning like crazy.
Yeah.
Especially 1990 all the way up to like 2000.
Yeah.
Each month like burn like five or six.
Yeah.
And majority of them, they can't even rebuild. They have to move somewhere else.
That's
Look at
right.
this, JT. Look at this. There have been at least 100 attacks on black churches since 1956. That's when my mom was born.
And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I'm gonna say one thing better. And I guarantee you there's a lot more than that. They
Oh,
just did
way more than that.
there was much more than that. But I understand where they come from. Those are ones that was like um
The ones that are reported.
reported, right. But it was a whole lot more.
Nah, you know what? It's like, look, they did what they called what do they call this? Like a rehistory checkup in
Yeah.
2015. And
Mm-hmm.
they said there has been a research checkup in history about churches being burned. The church was among 145 black churches burned from 1995 to 1996 in random attacks that were premeditated and planned to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need
Mm-hmm.
to read no more. That says it all. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, my family, when is the right time? When?
Right.
Could you Loso, where you at? Could you read the title, please, for this live so people will know?
All they got to do is go to Google's and put how many black churches have been burned in our history, and everything pops up.
Now,
Everything.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the title for this live tonight.
Oh, for this title
Yeah.
is about the it's about the three black churches that were burned within a 10-mile radius in Louisiana.
No, I want you to read the title of this live so people get it.
Hold on, because I got to get up out of here. Give me a second.
Right. 'Cause I don't do.
3 historical black churches burned in Louisiana, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, because
they yeah, I got to take care of something to read. I want people to understand everything that we talked about all entitled of church. But see, there are mixed feelings within our community, and rightfully so. It's sad what's happened of these churches. I understand that, and I'm not saying all pastors are bad. I'm not saying that either. But these pastors got a whole up of their own end, and whoever pastor that is violating God's word, they got to get punished. And it's not, and at the same time, they forgive too. I understand, I'm saying that. Well, what's going to be next? I'm telling you, because it's going to be another. If it can happen, it's going to be another Dylan Wolf of South Carolina. And you know what happened to Dylan Wolf? Dylan Wolf was like, pray. He came in the church. And they forgave him. But when a person like me and you, and I'm keeping it real, but when a person like us as people, when we ask for help for a church, we don't get the help. The psyche. That's what we have to understand. The psyche. And I want your brothers to talk about that.
The psyche, well, that's a trait of lack of knowledge of self, brother. That's self-explanatory. See, always catering to slave master or the slave master's children. You see?
Yeah.
That's what you attribute it to because it always runs back there. So they don't have, because they'll look at you, like I said, they'll go to church and pray to a mystery God, but yet to a brother that they see on the street every day, they treat you indifferent.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that what do you call that, man? Just lack of knowledge of self. They don't know who they are. They still slave mentality. That's all I can point my finger to. Because they know better than that. They know better than that. But you let this guy in, but like I said, had it been a certain brother with his pants hanging down, with a certain hairstyle, he would have been met at the door. And I don't think nobody could refute that.
Oh, what's up, King Louis? What's good? What's good, homie? Thanks for coming. Shout out to the LDBC. I want y'all to support the brother, support the young brother. He knows boxing. That's my LDBC brother. And also he talks about social thinking. Very intelligent. Support my brother and support each other in the chat and participate.
Who's that, JG?
King Louis. Look, that's a young.
Oh, yeah. Hey, King. What up, King?
What's
Shout
going
out,
on?
brother. Salute, brother.
Yeah, salute, man. Yeah. Yeah, you want to get on? Because I got like, I said about another 30, 40 more minutes. I can squeeze out because they start coming. Oh, you watch? Oh, why you watch? Oh, I watch. Okay. So check us out. What's LDBC? Stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also basketball community. We not just talk about boxing, we talk about other sports. They are brothers that actually interview the boxers that you hear, that you see. Errol Spence, the Bronx,
Dante Wilder.
but Donald Wilder. You know what I'm saying? They actually stream this. I actually be on the panel with the coach.
He actually interviewed MMA ladies fighters. I was on a panel or even at times in the chat. That's CSA, that's Combat CSACHS. I mean CHS. I mean Combat Sports. And check us out. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, no problem. So that's what we do. Also, we talk about social content. We talk about stuff like this. Yes, we do. But that's Coach, right? Coach Harris. That's the coach. And so LDBC, we have our hands in almost everything. We also have women in LDBC too. They are doing big things, and we support them too. So this is my brother. He always, you know, he always support me. Always was right there. And like I said before, brother, me and you is gonna link up. You gonna be my special guest. We're gonna chop it up with the darkest round table. Yes, I'm gonna be doing that sometime, family. Chop it up with the darkest family. So I'm gonna have like some people. I'm gonna have like special guests. All right, so yeah. But like, we'll get back to the psyche. That's how the people is. Gotta call people out. And now you got some pastors, they wear them tight pants and look at Kurt Franklin. Looking looking like a girl pain. Oh, I've been there before, Diane. I said, nah, you late. You heard that, Diane. Diane, you heard. I've been know about that. I used to go there. I used to go there. They good. They good people. They good people. Okay, thanks again, Pretty Apple. All right, thank you. Oh, you talking about Kurt Franklin, Jasmine? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It's true, yeah. And these are the ones head up. These are the ones head up of this homosexual movement. But I don't want to get off the subject and stuff. But we whatever issues like this that is burning, we have to talk about. I don't care if it's a big church or small church, or it could be a little town, because they always want to bring up, oh, this happened in a big town, it happened, but it also happened in small towns. That's what we used to get hanging at, small towns. And that's what, like, with us as a people that live in rural parts, certain times of night you shouldn't be out there. Okay, King Louis. We gotta be real careful. We cannot think that, oh yeah, it ain't gonna happen to me. Oh yes, it can, because they getting bold. They building back their boldness. We have to be think smarter. Some of y'all, listen, I ain't scared. It ain't all about being scared. It's all about being safe, and that's our problem. We so bullhead. We don't want to be safe. Hang out on the weekend. It's getting late, and home. I don't want to go home. No. Stay right here in the morning. Still, we got to do that too. Yeah. Y'all go ahead, brothers.
Nah, you said it.
Yeah.
I think you put it all in perspective, if you ask me.
Yeah. So that means safety got to be one of the number one our priorities when we deal with these church burnings. We still ain't get the picture yet.
Mm.
We got to be on and see, and we got to take a different method how we protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet, the late great Harriet Tubman, when she feed the slaves, she had one gun in her hand, and the other hand she had a Bible. There are actually other ones in the past too that has been like Christians and stuff, and they had guns and they had to protect us. And we got to go back looking at these as the examples and put it in our safety because we not winning the battle, family. We not. We think we do, but we not. And that's why I wish like some of our brothers and sisters in gangs and stuff. I wish I could come home and do the right thing because we need everything, and I understand. I can imagine what conditions you come from, but the suppressed system is doing this. We need all the protection we need. And I think that everything is smooth. Yo, I got it right. Nah, I had people say, hey man, let's go hang out. What time? 10? No, I ain't even 10. That's all right. Take me home. I don't know. No, that's all right. I want to make sure. No, 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 no. I'm high in the house because I have to understand that it can happen to them. It can happen to me too.
That's right. Uh,
Yeah. So
yeah, brother. Eh,
It's
getting
just deep. It's just deep to listen. It's just deep. It feels great just to listen, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I just captivated myself today to learn and listen. And I'm gonna tell y'all, like I said earlier, it's not something that we want to talk about, but I'm glad that we talking about it.
mm,
It has to be said. So
Yeah, they carry all phase and stuff like that. Just cover all phase and stuff. Just like the realtor said, Isa, she said it's a business. It is. It's a bit. Why do you think that? I see. See, this is the thing that we don't even talk about either. When these people burn the churches, majority of them work for insurance. What do you think?
right.
They're not with their arsenal. They gonna put that some us over in the long run so they can collect the money. And they probably give them church like maybe just the bill. That's it. So we gotta talking about the business of racial too. Because not a lot of us is in that type of business of insurance when churches burnt down. We not. And sometimes they trying to make the pastor and them trying to pay for their own insurance, even if it's not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy.
True.
But I see Muhammad's the one you getting tired, bro. So,
Yeah, I'm about to let.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm about to
yeah,
crash that.
yeah. Go say your last remarks, bro.
All right, brother. Yeah, well, thanks again, JT, for having me on the panel to be with you and brother Loso, my brother from another mother. And this was a very productive conversation. And I feel it has to come out because our people have to look at something that they can examine. And hopefully, like you said, it's not about being stupid, it's about being safe. But we must look out because we never know when it could hit our doorstep. And with that said, just get up on your defense because we don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And I plead with all my people, just be careful out there, no matter where you are. And to the queens, to all you ladies, don't go out there by yourself alone. If you have a male friend or female friends, make sure you go in groups, no matter what, because they can't get all of y'all. See, but if you're by yourself, they can get one of y'all. So please adhere to that warning because I hate to hear anything happen to you, especially if I couldn't do nothing about it. So, with that said, I bid peace and farewell to everybody tonight in the chat. Peace and paradise to my brothers Loso and to my brother JT. You my brother, and I love y'all. And let's just keep informing the people, baby.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
Peace.
Stay right there. Loso, last remarks, please.
Um, my message about how deep this conversation was. I'm sending this message out to my brothers and sisters. Watch the oppressor. The oppressor will suppress. He will have you stress. He will have your whole life committed into disaster and a mess. Remember, you got real brothers and sisters out there that are doing this without no disrespect. Sometimes us as brothers and sisters, by leaders, we need to be checked. We need to be put in our positions as in checkmate. Life is just like the game of chess. Whatever move that you do, it's what's going to improve you or it's going to make you win and how you move in life because life has different levels. So, what I want to tell my brothers and sisters from this conversation, do not, do not take it for granted because it might hit your your neighborhood. It might hit your territory. It might hit one of your family's hometown or their territory. And I don't want to ever see one of my sisters or one of my brothers or anybody have to go through that. So my last words to you is God loves you, Jesus loves you, and JT and my brother Muhammad is the one. I love y'all both. Chat, love y'all too. But y'all two brothers are amazing. And I want to thank y'all for y'all encouragement, y'all strength, y'all knowledge, y'all wisdom, and everything y'all do for the culture and the community. Thank you, JT.
Thank you. Stay right there,
Thank
please.
you, brother.
I'll make it real short. Now you say long. See the title? I'm not talking about the ones that say, yeah, please. I want you to jump on Key Louise, definitely. We'll say this that the ones that came in late, like Monique Hill, King Louis, Jasmine Virgo, Diane DeBull, the realist. Matter of fact, the first one really started off is Joe W. He said it all because at first it was just a few of us, and Spirit the Truth, and Pretty Apple. I want to thank all y'all came late. Like I said, late. Y'all came, when you need to, and y'all really brought the conversation, and I appreciate each and every one. And the ones who came early, um, okay, that I appreciate y'all too. So on that note, let's keep on at it. So on that note, let's be good each other, and just remember one thing, like Loso and Muhammad's the one. Don't think it's just going to happen in the South. This could be this could spread. So we got to be on guard with that. Let's not be near minded. Let's not be near minded to this. All right. Let's not be new to this, but old to this. All right.
So on that note, thank you very much. This one is Giddost.
Peace.